Hello and welcome to today's game. We are playing against our arch rivals Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup match. It's the fifth round. Who's ready for a massive game? Leicester versus Forest. Let's get going. Come on, Leicester.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everard's, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie and Co-Estate Agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome along to today's stream. Where, as I said before, we are playing our East Midland rivals, Nottingham Forest, at their ground. It's a big game. It's our first game back after a winter holiday where we haven't played a game since the Brighton game. We're disappointingly drew. It's a big game, you know. It's the FA Cup. We've got to beat Nottingham Forest. I said last game where it was a controversial one. I said we're going to lose 3-2. Let's see if anyone can debate that with me. Is Elijah ready to come on? He's on. I'm bringing on my Leicester City fan from across the pond, but a bit northern than the pond than normal. Here is Elijah. Hello, Elijah.
Hello. Big game coming up. First time in 8 years that we've had an East Midlands derby with Leicester involved.
Yes, we haven't played them since the 19th of February in 2014, where we drew 2-2 against Forest at their ground with our talisman Vardy and Mahrez getting the goals. So I said last stream that we were going to lose 3-2. The reason for that is because we have been really poor defensively. We haven't been consistent. Our last two games, we've bottled the lead, which we arguably should have definitely won both games. And the FA Cup has seen some massive results. Middlesbrough knocking out Manchester United. Chelsea been taken over extra time by Plymouth. So, and Kidderminster almost beat West Ham. So it's not like it's an easy win. It is. So FA Cup bringing up surprises. So I'm still on the fence. I think Forest could still win 3-2. What's your opinion on it?
I think there's both strengths and weaknesses that we can discuss here, especially from the Leicester camp. This is probably, I was just hearing Leicester's broadcasters mentioning that this is some of the strongest squad that Leicester City has had in months.
Yeah.
Just in terms of the fact that we now actually have some depth on the bench, as well as a rather strong lineup. I think we might still be a little bit weak in the center back positions, but we can get into that when we talk about the lineup itself. But the biggest thing that I'm worried about with regards to this being a derby match is that with the magic of the FA Cup, this is a game where Forest have everything to win and nothing to lose. They go into this with pretty much the whole of England having pretty low expectations of them against the team that's been challenging for Europe for the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
I worry about how that's going to play into the mentality. There's a lot of pressure on Leicester City to perform here, and I'm not sure if that might get to them against a team that will feel a little bit more free to be creative on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. Let's bring some comments in before we fully discuss this. Yes, hello from Abu Dhabi. Yes, last few FA Cup games, it's gone down to penalty shootout, especially with the Middlesbrough and Manchester United game where both keepers were really poor. Danny Ward, we know, is notoriously excellent at saving penalties. But on the other hand, Daka is not starting, which I think is a massive disappointment. But Iheanacho's back from AFCON, so is Ndidi, so they are on the starting lineup. What do you think of also another discussion point? Tielemans is made captain. Is this something to do with wanting him to stay at the club by giving this position, or is there no one else that can take up the armband? What do you think of that?
It's a really good question. I think that this is Brendan Rodgers trying to play into the mentality of his players. He knows that coming out of that really disappointing Tottenham match, Tielemans' mentality might have been a little bit shaken. And I think to give him the opportunity to wear the armband and put in a good performance against a team that a result here will matter so much to the Leicester City faithful around the world. So this is really, I think, Rodgers giving Tielemans a chance to sort of redeem himself to the Leicester City team and the faithful. Will he stay? Will he go? I think that's still up in the air, and I don't think one match is going to really change that. But I think that this will be a good chance to sort of get him back into form and back into a good mental state. I think it's a good chance for us to sort of jump into the lineups itself.
Yeah.
So I've got Leicester City's formation here. We line up in that 4-2-3-1. Like you mentioned, Tielemans is going to be captain in that defensive midfield role with Wilfred and Ndidi. And of course, the other big note that we saw was Danny Ward starting in goal in favor of Kasper Schmeichel. A really strong back four, I would say. I know I said that it would be our weak point, but I think that's more a testament to how strong this side is. Back four consisting of Luke Thomas, Çağlar Söyüncü, Dan Amarte, and James Justin. Attacking midfield trio of Harvey Barnes, James Maddison, and Ademola Lookman feeding Kelechi Iheanacho. I think this is his first game in a long time where he's been the sole striker up front.
Yeah, it has been. You've either had Daka Vardy, Iheanacho Vardy, or very rarely Iheanacho Daka. So I think it's nice because Iheanacho, we saw AFCON, he scored a world-class goal at the beginning of the tournament. Unfortunately, their run in that tournament ended for Nigeria. But he's matured his game since the last few seasons. Everyone wanted rid of him 2 seasons ago, but we know how class he is. So I want him to prove himself to Brendan, how good of a striker he is. And Barnes and Lookman can provide him with the width and then the supply as well as Maddison.
The other thing that I'm really optimistic about on this bench is this bench, because this feels like the strongest, deepest bench we've had in a squad in a very long time here, because there's not really a part of the pitch where I don't feel confident in the people that we can bring on here.
Well, yeah, I'm actually disappointed as well that Dewsbury Hall isn't started, because he's the sort of player that I think you can come on who can start and just press Nottingham Forest to the ground. He's the sort of player who I've seen because after the Chelsea game, we're a bit of a slump, and he came in and we looked like a different team, sort of. We looked full of energy and sprightly, and I think him being out may be a bit different, but as someone's already said that already, yeah, Kieran Dewsbury Hall not starting. But again, him, Daka, Pruchari, these are players who can come on and, bring up something. They can, it can make something different. So we have got players in the bench that can make a difference.
I think one of the other things as well, you were mentioning there that like KDH is a player who could come in and immediately start pressing those back lines for Nottingham Forest. I think that's one of the big changes that I'm seeing, the differences between those players that are in the starting lineup versus on the bench. We have a lot of very creative ball-playing players here in the forms of your Harvey Barneses, your Ademola Lookmans, your James Maddisons. Whereas the players that we have on the bench, like you mentioned with Dewsbury Hall they can get a little bit more physical, a little bit tougher on the press. And I think that might be good for us to be able to make a bit of a mentality change should things not be going our way in the first half. You have players like your Chowdhury's, people who can get really physical in defensive midfield or center back positions. Players like your Dewsbury Hall who can do that same thing in the James Maddison or Ademola Lookman positions. And then, of course, Soumare as well. He's still a little rough around the edges, but he can also really put a shift in if we needed to, say, bring off a player like Tielemans.
Exactly. Speaking of Brighton, have you kept up your promise by buying his shirt from when we beat Watford in the last round?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to step away for a quick second, but I will be back with some evidence.
While he's back, I'm going to bring in some comments. I agree, Kieran Dewsbury Hall has definitely deserved to start. Maybe, in fact, Tielemans has actually been really poor recently, especially against Spurs, where he gave away that goal for us to lose the game. So I'm surprised that Kieran Dewsbury Hall is out. Exactly. I think, as I said, he brings in a lot of energy and a lot of commitment, and he's a Leicester lad. He will know the meaning of this derby. So him being out could be a hindrance, because he did buy the shirt. He did buy the shirt, which is good. Don't forget, guys, thank you to all. Let's move this comment actually before we go into that. Thank you to all our sponsors along the bottoms for supporting us and watching the video. And also don't forget to follow us on all our channels. We've got Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Pinterest, you name it, we're on it. So don't forget to like the video and follow us on all the social media channels. So, do you think this will be a close game, or do you think this will be a mad goal fest and whoever scores more goals wins?
I fully think it's going to be the latter because, like I said, we're going to be facing a team that has nothing to lose here, that's going to be going all out in pretty much everything that they're going to be doing. And I do fear that a little bit because where we have been most porous is in that central defensive role. I think the 4-2-3-1 formation is good for us because it gives those two center defensive midfielders that can sort of boost that defense when we need it. But we're going to be facing a very feisty side. We're very strong up front. So if you're asking me for a goal prediction, I'm going to 4-3 Foxes here. I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of goals.
I think it's going to be a lot of goals. But recently, Forest have had injury problems. The guy who scored against Arsenal is out injured. That is a massive blow for Forest. That's one of their main guys to come on. Welbeck is for Brighton. He's the guy who comes on and makes a difference. He is out through injury. So that is a massive confidence booster for Leicester, knowing that someone can't come on and make the difference. So that is always big. That's a big thing where I feel it's good for us.
With that, I think let's talk a little bit about the Forest lineup. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to put a graphic together for it, but I do have their lineup here. They line up with a 3-4-1-2 formation here. I'm just going to quickly take down that ticker of the Leicester lineup so I can see who's up front. But they start with a very tricky goalkeeper in the form of Samba, a back three of Worrell, Cook, and McKenna. Jed Spence starts in midfield with Yates, Garner, and Lowe. And right there in that attacking midfield position is the player I'm fearing the most here, which is Zinkernagel. He was a really creative player in where he really put a lot of pressure on Arsenal's defense. And I fear what he can do in those central areas and why I think they might get a couple goals through those two forward players of Davis and apparently the British Prime Minister there.
Yeah, there was another player on the wing. Was it Spence who gave Arsenal constant trouble? He was always going down the wing, constantly getting fouled. Was that Spence?
That is Spence, yes. Spence is another danger man. Let's quickly double check here. So he's going to be playing on the right midfield line. So he's going to be up against Lookman and Justin. That's going to be a big test for Justin as he's coming back into the squad. He put in a good showing in his return to Leicester City, but definitely being thrown into the fire here.
Definitely. Another thing, it's also a good comment. So this isn't a Sky or BT Sport. It is a free to, if you have any sort of TV network in the UK, it is free to watch. You can easily watch the games. You can't be at the stadium. So please come up, please watch the game, support the lads from at home. Every spirit counts. Come on, you Foxes. I'm going to put in the link to the chat so you can come on and chat with me and Elijah about your opinion and stuff like that. So one person wants to come on is Sean, and his favourite player is Dewsbury Hall. Who do you think will be our key man? Who do you think will be the player to make the difference?
That's a really good question. I think in order to answer that, it's important for us to take a look at the formations that we're going to be playing up against here, because looking at Forest's lineup here, because they're playing a wide midfield line, I feel like those wingers are going to be key for us because you just have to beat either Lowe or Spence, and you're going to have a lot of space in those back corners to swing some balls in. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot from most likely Ademola Lookman, because Barnes has been a little bit quiet in his last few matches. This could be his chance to really shine and get back into form, but I'm expecting a lot from Ademola Lookman today. Same.
Looking at Forest's lineup, they're very vulnerable to counter-attacking. They have got three at the back with two wing-backs. I think it's very likable that we could actually counter them. So I think we could do that. So Sean, are you ready to come on? Give us a thumbs up when you're ready. He's ready. He's the biggest Leicester fan of all time. It is Sean. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the stream.
I'll find you.
Good, thanks.
Thanks.
Who do you think will score today, Sean?
I think Daka and of course Nacho.
So you think Dak will come on and score? Iheanacho will score. Very likable players to score. So I agree. I think they could easily come on and score. So what's your score prediction then? What's your score prediction for the game?
I think it might be 4-0.
4-0. Very confident scoreline there, Sean. Do you think Kieran Dewsbury Hall will score then?
I think so. Yes.
You do. Well, I hope he will score too, because he's been a massive influence for the team.
Yeah.
For the past few months, he's been, ever since the Chelsea game, he's been the bright spot for us. So I hope he comes on and make a difference, like he did in the Europa League game. But we're on for half time, Sean, to come on and give us your opinions at half time.
Yes.
Before you go, do you give us a big come on, Leicester?
Come on, Leicester.
Yes, Sean, that's it. We shall see you at half time. Come on,
Yeah.
Sean. So I've just been watching the stream, and we've actually got some familiar faces on Match of the Day, where we've got Phil and his son on Match of the Day, just previewing there. So if you want to have a quick look, they're on the screen now, and also Big Wes is on there. Obviously, massive icon, Leicester City, and moved from Forest because he hates Forest. So, so do you think this will be a grudge match, or because of, obviously, we're massive rivals, it's East Midland derby, everyone from Leicester knows how big this game. We haven't played them for 8 years because would have been a better team. They've been stuck in the Poo League below us. So do you think it'll be a grudge match?
I think it'll be bits and pieces. It's kind of hard to describe because this is a very historic rivalry here, and one where the two teams hated each other and had such fierce rivalry especially when they were both in the Premier League around the early 90s. However, I feel it is fair to say that they've kind of drifted apart a little bit. I feel like Leicester has kind of grown to hate Coventry a little bit more than Forest. Forest has grown to hate Derby a little bit more than Leicester. But this is going to really be that chance to, I think the BBC actually just had it on screen. This is time to settle the score. It's been a long time since these two teams have played. Nottingham Forest are on a push right now, trying to get a promotion spot, trying to get into those playoffs. Leicester City trying to further increase that divide between the two teams. We're trying to get back into Europe. And for Forest, this is their chance to prove that they are still the East Midlands Giants that they were when they were winning the European Cup and picking up trophies like they were candy. And this is Leicester City's chance to prove why we're the team in the Premier League and they're not.
Yeah, well, exactly. Even though they did an amazing thing by winning 2 European champions in a row, I think they're the only team in history, but it was an era back then. This era, surrounded by money and business, we won the Premier League with a team that cost 40 million pounds or euros, when an average a player costs double that in one player in Manchester City. So we've both had massive sporting achievements. Both clubs deserve their acknowledgement. So both clubs deserve to be proud of what they've done. But what matters is now, just James say, what matters is now. If they get the past, well, what we've done, what matters is now. What's the difference between us and the Forest? What do our players have over Forest? What players can make the difference?
Yeah, at the end of the day, when you look at things on paper, obviously Leicester City are going to be the better team here. And one of the great things that's happened since the King Power takeover is that we have seen an increase in our ability to develop players as well, because a lot of those championship teams, their strengths that they can discuss is the fact that they're going to bring up players from the local area. It's where they're going to develop, and it's where they're going to really become those players that are Premier League quality. Of course, that was Southampton's big thing when they were in the EFL before they came up to the Premier League. Portsmouth sort of touted that as well. And Forest can as well to an extent, but Seagrave is really where we're going to start getting a little bit of a difference on that. Hey, Canadian, get it right. Thank you, Steve. But I will admit, like, I'm a Leicester City supporter, obviously, but I didn't get to see the last time we played against Nottingham Forest. It was very difficult for me to follow the team when we weren't in the Premier League, even for a certain amount of time when we were in the Premier League. So I don't know this rivalry all that well. I much as that is banter, it is a fair point. And there's a lot about the emotion on this that I'm really going to get to see revive tonight. And that's one of the reasons why I've been so excited for this match, is because this is my chance as an overseas Leicester City supporter to really experience the rivalry for the first time.
Well, over the last few weeks, Ross will be the first one to agree with me that our fans have not. It's hard to say. I'm not going to say poor, but we've not been vocal. We've not been like as loud. We're not cheering on our team. But this is the first time that Forest Grounds is actually sold out in years, and the away side is full. It's a fully sold out stadium. That it's going to be noisy. So one person who does know more about any of us about the rivalry, he also commentary is a bigger rivalry than Forest. But is Ross ready to come on and give his opinion on the rivalries? I think it's just getting a Sunday dinner.
I was about to say, it looks like he's both going to take us 5 minutes and he's got a salad for us.
So I think I'll wait for him to sit down and
I will pull up a comment in the meantime. It's continuing on the I'm somehow American train, but you're asking me about Josh Sargent. I don't know too much about him, but one thing as a Canadian that I want to jump on is that my hometown team, Toronto FC, has an alum in this match. On the bench for Forest is going to be Richie Larea, Canadian winger, came from Toronto FC, and this is going to be one of his first games in England since moving to Nottingham Forest. So that's actually going to be the sort of North American player that I'm going to be paying attention to.
I was about to bring up the Leicester lineup again for me.
Yep. Fans can be brutal. Absolutely brutal.
What two players do you not see in the whole lineup?
Yannick Vestergaard is gone.
Yep, and
Ryan Bertrand is gone.
Ryan Bertrand. The two players who everyone's been criticising as the worst signings for Leicester in many years are not in the lineup. Is this Brandon realising that they're rubbish, or is it because we've got so many new players come back in, like Justin is back in the lineup. Indeed, Inacho is back from AFCON. Amati is back from injury. You know, we've got a lot of players coming back from injury. Do you think it's because of that, or do you think it's because they've been so poor?
Well, you know that you're always going to have to like really twist my arm to get me to say bad things about our players. I think it's a little bit of both at the end of the day. We didn't sign Ryan Bertrand and Yannick Vestergaard because we had been scouting and following them and going, oh, look at these Southampton defenders. They're Premier League world beaters. No, we signed them because every single defender that we had broken some part of their body and we needed numbers to fill squad sheets. And they were the players that a team was willing to sell us without a ridiculous markup. And unfortunately, I think we've also seen that they probably knew that. And that really got into their mentality as well. And when you feel like you're a bit part player for the team that's only there because we have to fill squad numbers, you're not going to be playing for the badge. You're barely going to be playing for the paycheck. I feel like we've seen some passion from Yannick Vestergaard on the field, but at the same time, he's just not right for the squad. I'm seeing, you've put the lineup back on screen. I didn't see him on the bench on Leicester City's broadcast lineup, but he has apparently been added to the bench for this game. Bertrand nowhere to be seen, but I believe he's injured if I'm remembering properly.
But one of the big player who are all about players coming back from injury, Ricardo Pereira. We know how good he is. When we were the first season we fought the Europa League, he easily could have been in like one of the best teams, like in the best lineup. He was that good. He hasn't been good since then because he's had an injury, coding injury backwards and forwards. But it's so nice to see him on the bench, and he can come and make a difference. Like Justin, he came on and he brings that pace and aggression. So he's someone who can make a difference.
And Luke Thomas might also be a little bit of a vulnerability for us in defense. I'm more worried about Chalar Soyuncu than I am about Thomas, but let's not forget that for how good he's been, Thomas is a player who recently came up through the youth ranks. He came here through a little bit of adversity because it was after Ricardo's injury. He was one of those players like Brunt in his first start. A lot of us were going, who's this Luke Thomas? He's come up through Seagrave, I guess.
Yeah. And
he's come in and really settled, but let's see how he plays against what's going to be a really physical championship side.
Yeah, like this is not like a Premier League game where, you know, there's no VAR in this. VAR is not at the Forest ground, so they're not going to be analysing with a toothpick each foul, and this is going to be a proper grudge match, and players are going to leave that pitch tired and with marks on them. So every player who's playing this is going to be told, look, this is a derby. You're going to have to fight for each ball.
I'm gonna bring up one more comment as a last discussion point before we give Ross his chance to show off his food. Apparently, So we jumped to a bit of a conclusions, but Patrick's actually talking about Kasper Schmeichel. So let's talk about the goalkeeping situation here, because Danny Ward is getting a start in what's going to be a big game for the club.
He is. I said before the stream started, I said Ward is. We know he's a good penalty saver. So if it does go to penalties, he has that experience of doing this. So, and plus, Kasper Schmeichel hasn't been performing his best this season. We know that he was phenomenal last season. This season he hasn't stepped up to the mark we usually used to see him. But Danny Ward in the Euros, he was phenomenal for Wales. He played a really good tournament. So I'm happy to see him start.
Yeah, I'm feeling the exact same way. You need to rotate every now and again. You can't start, much as Brendan Rodgers might want to, you can't start Kasper every single game.
No.
And this is a really good chance for him to get a really important game under his belt. It seems like Danny Ward is happy to be at Leicester. And I'm really happy to see that, because I do see him being a successor to Schmeichel in the long term, should Schmeichel move on or retire sometime soon. But with that, I know we are coming up to kickoff pretty soon. I believe we're about 15 minutes away. So let's give, as they show a statue of Brian Clough on BBC, let's give Ross his chance to...
he wants to show off his chip butty, he said. He wants to show off his chip butty. Ross, you ready to come on? You ready, Ross? Give us a thumbs up. He's ready. So, Ross...
You really want to see this chip butty?
Where is his chip butty there?
It is literally, right, I didn't realise how big it was until I ordered it, until it's come. You want to, look how big this bad boy is.
That is a big boy.
It was called the ultimate chip butty, right? I thought, oh, it'd just be a bit big. I'm like, it came out, I'm like, what on earth is that?
That is the most starch I have ever seen on camera.
This is called the chip butty, Elijah. So
is that a loaf of bread? Is that
chips and it looks like a whole loaf.
That's a whole loaf.
I'm gonna eat it in a minute. I'm so flabbergasted by it.
Ross, you've one-upped your salad. You've managed it.
That is honestly, it's insane.
So
now,
and away from chip butties a minute. I mean, obviously today's game. Wow, it's just nervous.
Well, I said before we started this, you know all about Leicester's rivalry, Derby, Forest, and Coventry. We've got massive rivals out there. But also, Coventry might be our biggest rival. What do you think of today's match? Is it still a massive game?
At the end of the day, it's still a rivalry, because at the end of the day, two teams. They always say before the game, "Oh, you're not our rivals," blah blah blah. But when it comes to the day, they forget about that, and then they suddenly have a bit of the back and forth with the opposition with us. So, at the end of the day, I don't consider them as a big rivalry. For me, it's Coventry. That's me. I grew up with Coventry, M69 Derby. Then Derby. I didn't even know Forest existed till 2002. That's how, honestly, I didn't know. End of the day.
It's funny how Forest.
It's a massive game. I can't. It is still a big game. I don't care what anyone says. They'll be like, we all make Derby and crap and all that. But what if Derby? I hope they don't. But what if they got liquidated then?
Well, Derby. You've got Derby and Coventry then. That's because we've got them too. But it's funny how Forest fans say we're not it's not a big derby, but then their stadium sells out.
Exactly. Well. Exactly. Do you know what? It's because we've come to town. That's why. So the Leeds United. I think he meant Leeds.
Yeah. So considering it is a championship team, we've still Manchester United have been knocked out. Chelsea got took to extra time. Arsenal are out, so there's big clubs already being knocked out and taken to the final stretch of the game so far. So do you think this can go that far with Leicester?
I hope. I mean, I'll see. With all Man U going out overnight, yes, it is a whopper, and it's. I will say I'm a bit I'm worried, but at the same time, I'm really nervous and excited at the same time. We've not played them in 8 years. It's a big. I mean, I hope the atmosphere is going to be incredible. And I'm saying if we do go past Forest, we will play a trip. Well, I was hoping it was away, but to Huddersfield, but it's at home instead, which is annoying.
If we win this, we are playing Huddersfield. Is that confirmed?
I know, but I wanted it to be away.
Is it confirmed playing Huddersfield? Is it
yes,
confirmed?
Yeah. Draw this morning.
Perfect. Okay.
Draw this morning. Yeah.
We know who we're against. We're against another championship team of Huddersfield if we do go through. So before we let you go, Ross, what is your score prediction?
So I don't know if you've seen it on the Leicester Fan TV page. Manana said 3-0.
Yeah.
She's gone for 3-0. My son's gone for 2-0. And I'm going to go with 3-2 with an Aleli Blur 2.0.
So do you think it will be 2-0?
No, 3-2. Aleli Blur 2.0. You know that Anthony knockout goal?
Yes, 3-2.
That's what I mean.
I do think we're going to score. I do think we're going to score and concede. We never don't concede anymore. So I definitely think we're gonna concede.
What do you say?
So I definitely think we do. I definitely think we are going to concede.
We will. We'll let them score first, and we'll go from there. So, right. Well, I'm going to shoot because I'm going to eat my ultimate. I'm still flabbergasted by my ultimate chicken. Look at the size of that. Looks like
that is a monster.
It looks like I've gone to Morrison's and nicked a loaf. So,
well, I hope you enjoy your food and enjoy watching the game. We shall speak at half time.
Take care.
In a bit, Ross.
Bye.
I think Elijah's connection just cut out. Patrick, are you ready to come on?
That is exactly what happened. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep,
Right,
I am coming.
How are you, Patrick?
Good, man.
Who do you think's going to score today?
That will be 2-0 and 2-0 for Leicester and then 1 for Nottingham.
Do you think 2-1? So who do you think will score?
Yeah. We'll say it again.
Who do you think will score for Leicester?
Hold on. So that will be 2-0 and 2-0 and for Leicester and then 1 for Nottingham.
Who do you think will score? Like Vardy? Who do you think will score? Vardy or Iheanacho, or who do you think will score?
I said Vardy will beat the man. I would
Good.
say that Vardy will be man.
I forgot Vardy isn't in the lineup, is he?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
No, Vardy's injured at
Who
the
do you
moment.
think?
Yeah.
Vardy's injured. That's it. Yeah, Vardy's injured.
Oh.
So
is it Iheanacho?
Iheanacho won't start today, but we've also got Daka on the bench.
Yeah.
As I said before,
yeah. I'm just is on Phillies. Where's Phil?
Phil is at the match and he was on Match of the Day.
All right. He's on the match of the day.
He did some filming in the week. Yes, he did some filming for it.
Yeah. All right. I have to show you this picture. No, I'm not gonna show this picture, but oh well.
Well, thank you, Patrick, for coming on. Will you come on at full time and give us your views?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, see you at full time then, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
Cheers, Patrick.
Thank you.
So my apologies there. I was having a little bit of an internet issue, but I think I've got it solved now.
So on screen there, viewing every Leicester fan. Phil's on TV now, look.
There he is.
We're watching the Tielemans screamer. Oh, this brings goosebumps and full of joy to my heart when that ball flew.
What a match it was.
It was crisp, top left corner. It was a dream goal. You could not have scored a better goal for that win.
I was about to say, you don't strike him any better than that.
No,
you don't strike him better than that.
And we were that was a dream day. Like, even though it was last season, we need to move on, but it was still. I'm still, looking at my poster on my wall, thinking we did that. We won the FA Cup. We are still the FA Cup holders. We are still the team to beat. So
it's a reason that I chose this one to put on the backdrop today. We got that FA Cup winning shirt.
Well, I need to buy the shirt. I need to buy the new one because it's silver because we're the holders. So I need to buy that shirt because we've held on to it. So,
Jono, is it time to put a bet on that? Do you want to pick a goal scorer? And if they score, you got to get the shirt with the silver patch. I just bought another Leicester shirt, so I financially can't. I ordered the retro shirt.
If Leicester win today, I will buy that shirt.
Good man. Love to hear that. I was really hoping it was going to show up in time, but I think for the next watch along, I'll have I ordered the Walker's Crisps, the 95 shirt with the orange trim. It's such a good shirt.
I was also talking about, Chilwell. It had to be Chilwell to score in the 89th minute.
Yep.
And it was disallowed by VAR, and then when the whistle blew, every player fell to the ground crying, and it was just. I was at home bawling my eyes out. It was just such an emotional, because it wasn't just the FA Cup. It was like this is what Vichai wanted. He wanted Leicester to continue and win trophies and compete in trophies, and we're continuing that. And Top is continuing that. So to win the FA Cup, then the Community Shield, we're just continuing his legacy. So we need to continue that. We need every player that goes into there going, this is a cup match, but it's a derby match, and we're doing it for Vichai. So form goes out the window, and it's the FA Cup, and anything can happen. But will our players perform and provide the win? What do you think?
I think they will, because, and it's one of the things that I've mentioned about like the sort of development of Leicester City over the years and the way that we sort of become a quote unquote big club, that there is a key difference between, I would say, like your traditional big six and a club like Leicester City. And those reactions to the final whistle at the FA Cup really show it, because this is a club where tournaments and trophies still mean so much to the club, more so than a traditional big six, one of the really wealthy teams where it's an expectation. For a club like Leicester City, it really, really means something, especially as sort of that continuation of Vichai's vision and dream, that we're still reasonably ahead of schedule by winning tournaments like this and challenging for Europe so soon. Yeah, and of course, obviously winning it in 2016.
Like when he came in and he said, I watched the Castor Schmeichel documentary, which is so good. He came in and said, I want Champions League in 5 years. Every player went, what? He went, I want Champions League football in 5 years. And he did it in 3.
Exactly.
So, and then we've gone on to compete in Europe 2 more years since then, and won an FA Cup, and be in the Community Shield. But I don't want to be one of those people who go, like, we're fine now, we've done it. We need to, like, we need to live, as Jamie will say, we need to live in the here and now. And we need to prove to Forest and the country that we are not just a one-hit wonder. We need to show we're a quality side. We have got quality players, and we can make another good run in this competition. And to do that, we need to be our arch rivals, Nottingham Forest, as our players are about to walk onto the pitch for the first half.
That's some of the best you could have put it. I really believe what you're mentioning, and I'm trying to put my own thoughts into words here. But you said it really eloquently there, and this match still needs to mean a lot emotionally to all these players, because it's our chance to defend our title, because it's an arch rival. There's so much symbolic. There's so much that's symbolic in this game, and we need to make sure that the players acknowledge that, but don't feel an unnecessary pressure as a result of it, that they're still able to play their free-flowing football. Exactly.
And they're just showing a clip of Tielemans on the screen, and they're showing his banger when we scored in the FA Cup. They're showing the banger against Brentford and Manchester United. Tielemans, he hasn't been on form the last few months, we know this, but he can perform absolute miracles, and when he does, they are not usually world class. And be our captain as well.
Well, I was going to mention as well, like one of the things that we've seen is that Brendan Rodgers, he's always very hit or miss on how he meshes with the mentality of his players. Think about what an amazing influence it was on Mark Albrighton when he made him captain against Watford, and just how well he and the team played. Yuri Tielemans, this captain's armband is going to put a lot of pressure on him to be captain against a team that this is a match that means so much to Leicester City and its supporters. He's going to be incredible or terrible in this match. And personally, I'm obviously siding on the side of incredible.
I think so as well. So the players are starting to get ready to come out. They're just showing them in the tunnel. Not as good as Leicester City's tunnel, obviously. We've got a Premier League stadium. They haven't.
You don't like the look of the schoolhouse painted brick?
Yeah, it's like cinder blocks. Like they got off the rubbish of the tip, but no. The Forest Stadium is massive. I used to drive past it every day. It's a massive stadium. Massive history there. They're not. Even though they're in the Championship, they're still a massive club, and they produce a lot of stuff throughout the years. But they haven't been in the Premier League for so long. So, but the FA Cup, as I said, league doesn't matter. It all matters about the performance on the day. Like you could lose 15 matches in a row and then the FA Cup and play the best football you've ever played. So
I mean, just look at Cambridge United, who managed to beat the world's richest football club. It's the magic of the FA Cup. One of the most important things here is that, like, when I use the term we need to show respect to Nottingham, I mean that partially in the fact that, like, all things considered, one of the things I like about this rivalry as well is that there's a hatred, but there is a respect between these two clubs. But also we need to respect them in that we can't go into this match assuming that, it's championship side and we'll win. Because that is what these championship sides prey upon in tournaments like this. That is how Plymouth can take Chelsea to extra time. That is how Kidderminster Harriers can come within injury time of beating West Ham United. That's how Cambridge can beat Newcastle and how Forest can beat Arsenal. And we need to come into this like we're playing Manchester United, like we're playing City, like we're playing, like that banner that they're holding up says, like we're playing a champion of Europe that maybe won it within the last 5 years instead of the last 40.
Definitely, and if like even like against Chelsea, against Plymouth, the commentator Pierce said they have £225 million worth of strikers on the pitch just to beat Plymouth in the extra time. No game is. Yeah, we respect them as we can't take this game as like we're going to win it. We have to respect every opponent, even though it's false. We have to respect them and don't. Yeah, like Nick said here, we're not respecting Nottingham Forest. We've got to take every game as a big game. We've got to play our best. We can't just say, it's Forest, we can play rubbish, then we'll get through. We can't. Arsenal played rubbish, and they got beat. If we make any mistake, Forest will capitalize on it. We need to concentrate, we need to play full on, and we need to get there. We have to win. We have to win. I
feel like I say this so often in our watch alongs, but I feel like the first 10 minutes of this match are going to be very, very telling, because someone is going to have to grab this game by the scruff of its neck. And it's going to be a question of, will it be the physicality of the EFL or the creativity of the Premier League?
Well, that's what Arsenal did. I mean, that Chelsea did. Like, they had they did play rubbish most of the game. They didn't take their chances, but a little bit of like genius, a bit of like silky play got them the win, because they're just that one bit of excellence got them the win. That's the difference between us and them. Like, it's going to be a grudge match, but we need that little bit of quality to come in when we need it, like a Madison through ball, or just running down the wing, or Barnes like scoring after kickoff. We need some of that magic. Just to that's a difference, I think.
And it jumps back. You were mentioning those players like a Madison through ball. One of the things we discussed when we were looking at the starting lineup, for any of you who may have joined in, is that this is a very creative looking Leicester City lineup.
It is very
when you have those sorts of ball playing midfielders like your James Madisons and like your Harvey Barneses and Lookmans that are capable of dribbling past a winger or a right midfielder to get into those empty spaces that Forest are going to be leaving exposed with that back three. And it's just going to take one moment of magic. They're just about to kick off here.
Yeah, we're just about to kick off. We're doing the need to, support racism. We don't want any of that in our game.
Absolutely. Everyone should always feel welcomed in any part of football, be that as a player, as a fan. If football's involved, you should feel welcomed.
Exactly. But we have kicked off at the Forest ground. Leicester City going from right to left in the first half. But Forest are already on the front foot on the right-hand side. Thomas is trying to meet, but
trying to expose Thomas on that wing. But he's doing a good job of holding up his man on the outside of the penalty area. Low cross comes in, cleared by Big Dan.
So already Leicester City on the back foot, trying to keep out the box, but won the ball back. Barnes won the ball on the left, trying to run through, gets pushed off the ball, and it's gone straight back to Forest.
You can see that physicality coming into play here. Two players immediately putting shoulders into Barnes there. But one thing that made me quite optimistic seeing those first few plays was that when we were on defense, we had almost the entire squad, Bari and Acho, back there, pressuring the Forest attackers, making sure that we have bodies behind the ball. But the moment we had possession, Madison, Barnes, Lookman were all in the Nottingham Forest half. There's a lot of fast movement here, and it looks like we're going to be trying to put together some quick counter-attacking football.
This is how we've set up. We've set up fought the back with two CDMs to counter. well, Tielemans not really CDM, but we're set up to be defensive and counter. And this is what like already Ward has already come out and shown his presence, saying, "This is my ball. I'm having it. Not leave it to Sunchu to make a bad pass or something." So already Ward's setting the example of I'm call it, it's mine, which is I like to see.
Exactly. And we're going to need to make sure that everybody in that back four and the goalkeeper are all communicating very well, because like you said, it'll only take that one slip up and suddenly we'll be on the back foot.
That's a free kick to Leicester.
Ooh, that's nasty.
That is a bad foul on
bad late challenge on Maddison that's left him on the ground. Don't think there will be a booking for it, but definitely a free kick.
This is what I mean about physical. You know, they're not afraid to put a mark on players, and there's no VAR, so it's up to the referee to call the shots. Now, I was watching rugby yesterday, the Six Nations, if you've ever heard of that. But whenever a decision was being made, the referee they can hear the referee talking to the background staff about the decision. And we need that in football. We need to know how the decision is being made. But before that, Barnes on the left-hand side outside Forest's box, tried to go in the middle, but couldn't. Still got the ball, passed it backwards to Maddison. Maddison passed the ball to Barnes on the left still. Crossed it in the middle, it's deflected, and it's to the hands of the keeper.
Samba is going to definitely be a thorn in the side of Leicester City here.
It's a good keeper.
He definitely caused a lot of trouble for Arsenal, the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper. And he's going to be doing his best to make himself a big presence. And also, you can imagine he's probably going to be talking some smack. He's going to be throwing some shoulders around and just trying to get into the heads of Leicester City.
Tielemans wins the header in the midfield, but it's not followed up by a Leicester player. We're just heading around the middle of the field at the moment, but we win the ball with Luckman. Luckman's got the ball in midfield, passed it to Marty. Marty passes to Maddison. Maddison tries to get through, but couldn't. Forest clean it up, and Forest are about trying to counter, but Marty runs back, and the ball is with Ward in our box.
It was promising putting together, and we can, again, start to see that creativity at least being attempted. But yeah, the pass was just a little overcooked to Luckman there, and he just can't control that. It was a little bit too hard. Forrest now coming forward on the right wing. It's Soyuncu who's putting the pressure on as the cross comes in, well headed away, but only as far as I think that's Zinkernagel, who goes down under the challenge, and it's a free kick to Forrest in a dangerous position.
Madison came in to make the block. It was Soyuncu made the first mistake by bad pass to Madison on the right hand side, and ever since then it'll be trying to get the ball back. But Madison clips the guy in the net with his elbow, and it is a free kick to Forest outside our box.
Yeah, when I was seeing it from a distance, I was going to say that it looked like a fair shoulder barge, but on replay, fair, that's a free kick. Looks like Yates is standing over the ball for Forest, along with their number 20. I'm going to have to pull up who exactly that is. That's Johnson.
Against them. Let's hope that plays into effect, but is a Forest free kick in the 5th minute of the first half. Been pretty even, not really much to say. We've both been on the front on attacking, but
it's a very dangerous area to give away a free kick.
Dangerous areas. Ward is taking his primal position. Free kick is taken.
And right into the wall.
In the left-hand side, but Maddison hoofs it out and it is cleared the halfway line. But it's hoofed back in by a Forest player to the right-hand side, but we clear it and Luckman tries to turn and pass it out, but couldn't. James Justin to Tielemans. Tielemans passes it forward but couldn't make it. Sunja heads it back out to midfield, but Forest reclaim the ball.
Good fast-moving football there, but again, Forest are doing a good job of squaring up in defense and being wise to those runs that we're making.
But Leicester got the ball in midfield, trying to pass it around. Madison's got the ball. Should pass it left to Thomas. As with Thomas left-hand side, pass it down to Barnes on the left wing, making a good counter-attack.
And we're leaving that winger and again have that little bit of space.
Oh, good ball in the box. Madison, Iheanacho.
He has to put that in. You can't miss shots like that.
He skies it to the top left of the stadium. Brandon Rogers' hand up, but it is an awful shot. But good move by Leicester. Great down the left-hand side with Barnes and Thomas.
As the ball headed over to Thomas there, you could see just how much Nottingham Forest were piling their players onto that right flank, and it gave us a lot of open space. And that is what that quick passing football that we're trying to put together is doing. And when it comes together, you get a gilt-edged opportunity like that. And unfortunately, it was just that last touch that let us down.
Great balling from JJ. Great. I agree. Yeah, should have buried that.
Jed Spence to take the throw in here. We're deep into the Nottingham Forest area, but a Rory Delap-esque throw there, very long, makes it into the Leicester City half.
Justin has got the ball an hour half though. Don't we do anything silly? Am I? What?
We've done something. We nearly did something silly there.
That was
Dan nearly gives the ball away to Johnson, the Nottingham Forest striker, and if he had some better ball control there, he would have been in on a one-on-one with Ward.
Pass the middle of the pitch with Tielemans. Tielemans is squaring up. He Offal's going to take a shot, but pass it wide to Justin. Justin crosses it in.
Headed away, but it'll be a corner kick to Leicester. No,
He
held by Samba. I thought that was going to be a corner.
Is it a corner? It is a corner to Leicester City. He didn't manage to keep it in.
Good, fast-moving play there from Leicester again. Now, this is where we need Yannick Vestergaard in there. You got like a 7-foot tall center back in there. That's Ndidi matched up with Zinkernagel there, and just showing the height of him is almost feel like we're back at Liverpool versus Sunderland as there's a balloon on the pitch. And Luke Thomas tries to play a lofted through ball onto the wing, but sends it up into the stands. Throw into Nottingham Forest. Spence again to take.
But we're good pressuring it in the area. Barnes tries to get the ball, but forces a throw into Forest again with Ndidi hitting it out. So we're pressing. It's not like we're sitting back. We are pressing them in their half. But Spence is a big threat down that right-hand side. It's just against Arsenal. He's not like a player you want to be, leaving free.
Fee, just seeing your comment in there, let us know if you can see. We should have a banner up on the screen right now with our score line. Do let us know if it's not coming up, and we can definitely see if we can fix that. Ball bouncing around in the midfield right now.
Oh, the ball's back.
Just loses the ball, and Forest will look to counter-attack on the left wing here. James Justin is passed, but Dan Amarte does a good job of intercepting there and getting the ball back to Madison.
Madison's given the advantage back to Iheanacho. Should be a free kick back to Leicester, and it is.
And looks as though it did get called back for that foul on Madison, and we look to go up the left wing now through Thomas. And we're back to passing it around amongst a back three because Thomas had moved upfield. But just remember what Brendan Rodgers says. This is the start of the next attack. Big through ball upfield to Ademola Lookman. He's one-on-one with his...
lucky by Iheanacho. Still got the ball. Trying to pass it to the middle, but couldn't. It's with Ndidi to Barnes. Barnes left-hand side of the box. There are pigeons flying on the pitch. Pass it to the middle to Barnes. Barnes couldn't control it. Out for a goal kick.
Again, very similar to when I think it was when Lookman lost the ball. The pass was just a little bit too hard for him, and you can't cushion them while you're running like that. But very nearly again a gilt-edged opportunity for Leicester.
You might see the game for you. Good.
Nottingham Forest are really just trying to hoof it up and over our lines, but they're well overcooking these through balls, and it's all just feeding Danny Ward.
But great through ball to James Justin on the right-hand side. There are pigeons all over the pitch, which is really annoying. Here's a Leicester City
corner kick to Leicester.
Great run by Iheanacho on the right-hand side. Here's a Leicester City corner.
And a little bit of frustration there from McKenna, who is not happy with the fact that Lookman was given that much space and ability to play through the ball. I'm going to put Gray's comment up on there that it was a great short corner that we saw from the previous one, and something that we don't often see Leicester City play. But this time it did pay off, and we got a quality chance out of it. It looks like we're going to be playing this one long, though.
Pass outside to the
Played
box.
along the ground.
I
thought for a minute that went in.
God, what a shot.
They gave Lookman acres of space there, completely unmarked. Gets the chance for the one-time shot. Credit where it is due, though. An excellent block there by Davis to get his leg up. If he doesn't get his leg in there, it's 1-0 Leicester.
That was a great block. It's going to be whipped in by Bart. Is that Madison? Whipped in by Madison. It's long this time. Heads are clear, but not clear enough. Forest will clear it though. Oh no, indeed, he makes a great tackle.
Oh, Jed Spence dispossessed.
Pass it back to Madison. Madison cross it into the middle.
Ooh.
And it's headed back towards the right-hand side, but Lookman has cleaned up, and it is on the left-hand side of the box with Lookman. Lookman trying to get past, cross into the middle, but deflected, and Forest clear. Looks like for out to Jay. Oh, look, Thomas has to pull it. Who's up to
Luke Thomas not having the best of games so far.
No, he's not. He's a bit rusty, but so early days. We can. I was betting on Bertrand, but he's not here, so.
Credit where it's due as well to Ademola Lookman there. Let's not forget he's the right winger, and he switched over to play on the left there just because he had the opportunity to collect that ball.
Two brilliant moves by Lookman there, getting the shot on and going to the left to cross it in. So good movement, but great strength by.
That's not a free kick.
Lookman, but that's not a free kick for me. That's just great strength for me. But
Paul Tierney, a Premier League referee, though.
A Premier League referee, yes. Well,
although is that a compliment or an insult?
Premier League's refs this season have been rubbish, so we can't put that on that. We'll see what decision he makes. But as I said, there is no VAR, so we'll see. Barnes tries to get the ball, but it bounces over him. Forest hoof it up to our side of the pitch. Triuncio heads it back into the middle to Madison. Madison tried to control it, but couldn't. It's on the right-hand side for Forest against Thomas.
I think Forest can tell that Thomas is a little bit shaky today because they're really trying to go up that wing. Most of their attacks have been trying to take advantage of Thomas.
But Thomas did control the ball and he was out for a Forest throwing, so he didn't let it go out for a corner, but didn't want to give away the ball in a silly area. So it was a good, wise decision there to kick out for a throw. But
credit where it's due, good heads-up play from Thomas there.
But it's cleared to Amarte, pass it back. Took a deflection to Madison. Wasn't it to Madison, but didn't. So annoying.
And ball goes back to the center backs for Nottingham Forest. They're playing very quickly, trying to get up forwards, but we force them to turn around.
We haven't woken up yet. We're not playing. Well, everyone's saying, like, people could be saying, great tackle by
challenged by Luke Thomas there, making me eat my words, and I'm happy to do so.
Barnes is racing up the left-hand side of the wing, gets past this man. Passing to the middle. Inacho couldn't reach there on his Lookman.
That was Lookman. It was Lookman who couldn't quite get there. We were centimeters away from him again. If you make that contact, that's a goal. Samba out in no man's land there.
That was a great move by Thomas
Barnes. He puts the full English beans on that cross there, and it's just a little bit too hot for Lookman to get there. He does his best, slides in, sticks a leg out, and you can see Brendan Rodgers disappointed with the result, but very happy with the build-up play.
I'm sorry you can't watch the game, but don't worry. If you watch our stream, we'll keep you up to date with the score, and don't worry, we'll let you know how we're playing. We're playing well at the moment. We're on top of Forest. We're always outside their area. Brendan Rodgers is writing his notepad again, writing his notes down like he always does. Don't know if it works half the time, but he still does it, but we'll see.
LCFC store has like lovely little diaries and notebooks for sale, but he's always just writing on like a little steno pad.
Maybe he prefers it. Maybe he prefers the feel of it.
Easier to flip the pages, I suppose.
Outside their box, Triuncio is commanding the area.
Makes you wonder how many players we have back if Triuncio is one of our target men in the area.
Madison kicks into the middle. And it's cleared by a Forest player, but we're trying to win the ball back, and we controlled it with DD, and it's back with Justin at the centre back. It's back with, I can't see because the sun's in the way.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that
it's with Iheanacho, back with Tielemans.
That was Madison, actually, that had the ball in the sun there.
Tielemans got the ball
now with Tielemans.
And that is a foul to Leicester on the right-hand side for a
good crossing opportunity there. Zinkernagel not happy with the call there, but that looked like a trip. Nothing malicious, but it's a foul.
Let's have a look. That is a foul. He puts his thumb on his foot. That's a foul.
Yeah.
I'm in the toilet. I'm back in this.
Yep, no problem. I'll drop you off there. So yeah, again, nothing malicious there from Zinkernagel, but you can't really argue with that, and that is a free kick to Leicester City. Looks like it will be Madison to take. Leicester City crowding the penalty area again. It will be a high cross coming in here. Soyuncu not happy with Jed Spence tugging on his shirt, having a few words with him. As Yates tries to command the area. Cross comes in from Madison. Samba comes out to punch it clear, but it does fall to the head of a Nottingham Forest player, and now Forest look to counter. Tielemans having none of it, hoofs the ball back over, but there's nobody to collect, and that is out for a Forest goal kick.
That was good from Tielemans. Like, I think from the Spurs game, it was a bit... Top is at this. Our owner is at the Forest Stadium.
There you go. How many owners go to away games against championship sides?
Yeah, but Forest have got the ball down the wing.
But again, they overcooked their pass, and that's just right on over to Danny Ward.
Great for it to Luke Thomas. Thomas is running down the wing very carefully. Oh, bad pass. The Forest immediately.
Jed Spence now looking to come forward. Thomas does a good job of sticking a leg out there and just dislodges the ball for a throw-in.
For me, that is a Leicester throw-in, but hey-ho.
And yeah, Liam Batchelor saying he's having a shaky game so far, but we'll hope that he finds his feet.
Thing is, we all know him as a player. Like, he's not like he's come into this and like he's shaky. We know he's a good player. He knows he puts in a good shift. So I have faith he'll get them. I think it's just the nerves. He's a Leicester boy. So is he a Leicester boy? I'm not sure, but that's a foul.
I need to double check. I know we have one of our I think might have been one of our players was born in Nottingham. One of the ones that came up through the youth ranks. Is it Luke Thomas?
But the Forest player is trying to referee thinking it's a yellow card. But for me, it's just that's just a foul for me. Yeah, Barnes tries to get the ball, but cuts off the Forest player. That's definitely a free kick to Forest.
You'll have to forgive my lack of knowledge of city locations here, but he's from Syston in Leicestershire. I don't know how far that is from the city of Leicester proper.
But it is a free kick to Forest. It looks like a bit tough in there, but with Barnes. But the free kick is taken for the right-hand side. Straight to a Forest player and headed to the middle of the box.
By Amarte. Barnes with a very good header to clear, but Forest come back into the area.
Forest hit the crossbar and it's gone up for a Leicester City throw-in. Oh, we were so close to being 1-0 down there, but thankfully it hit the crossbar.
Davis with a shot akin to Tielemans' goal against Manchester United there.
Oh,
lovely curve on the ball. Credit where it is due to him.
To Barnes. That was Barnes hitting that way. That was
Thomas
not clearing that then. Thomas tried to get the header, but couldn't. Controlled by Forest, and it was almost... What a no chance that went in. That was so close to going in. But we've got the ball under control. Tielemans on the right side. Back to Justin. Justin's running up the pitch, not passing it around to Madison. Madison's in the middle of the pitch. Wide open. Running up the pitch.
It's Madison now.
Madison to Barnes. Barnes indeed. Pass to the middle. Straight through. That's a penalty.
Surely that's a penalty.
Oh, no way. How's that not a penalty?
Unbelievable.
Luke Thomas looked like he had the ball in the middle, but it looked like that was pushed, but it was not given. For VAR, that could have been overturned, but no, we still play on.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to what we were mentioning before, that Forest know they can be free to be more physical with us than they can be if they were in a Premier League stadium.
Yeah, definitely. 1,000,000% agree.
Just showing possession stats there, 35% for Forest. Leicester dominating the possession stats here. But Forest have had the best chance so far.
Nacho running outside the box, tries to dribble pass, couldn't get through, still got the ball, but Forest clear it.
They're defending in numbers, which means that they're going to be leaving people unmarked.
Yeah. They're swarming as soon as we get the ball, all the players swarm. But if we can get to another player, they'll be left open.
I'm going to double check, just based on our discussion, which player it was that was from Nottingham.
While the ball is just being thrown around the middle, let's bring up this comment. Yeah, I think it was great, Penny, but it's thrown into the middle with Ndidi, but Iheanacho's got the ball controlling.
Great control by Iheanacho there.
Yeah. Justin's got the ball. Back to Tielemans. Tielemans passes it back to Luke Thomas, the left-hand side. Thomas is back to Soyuncu. Soyuncu got no options. Has to pass it back to Amarte. Amarte's running forwards with it, quite deep. Still running with it. Doesn't lose the ball. Pass it to Ian Atcher outside the box, but couldn't get it. Loses it. And now Forest are on the counter-attack. Marty couldn't tackle, but Justin wins the tackle, and it's
Good tackle by Justin there.
And it's a Forest throw, but great tackle by Justin to stop the counter-attack.
It was Dewsbury Hall, who's from Nottingham, but he did grow up in Leicestershire.
We've been a bit shaky that if Luke Thomas didn't, if that was a better shot, it would have been in. Then it would have no chance, and that's because Luke Thomas didn't win the header. So we were very lucky that part. We're not, even though we don't have a chance to defend, we have defended. It's been poor, so let's hope it doesn't continue.
You'd think we're in Brighton with the number of birds around the pitch right now.
It's literally like they've left rubbish all over the pitch. But Forest whack it into the right-hand side. Spencer's got the ball on the right-hand side, met with Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas can't tackle him. Spence passes it back to number 20, which is crossed in the middle near Danny Ward. Header to the middle, and it's 1-0 to Forest.
Oh, my goodness. And it's Zinkernagel.
What did I say?
It's worrisome defending there. A lot of game left here, though. And Leicester City have created some quality chances. This game is not over.
And my prediction is still there. We defended poorly there. I don't know what was happening. Luke Thomas has been poor. Like I don't know why he didn't tackle there, but he let it through across the middle, and it was a goal. But great move.
Luke Thomas has been physically outmatched by Jed Spence this game. And I think part of that is down to the size difference. Like you can see in this replay here, Spence has maybe like 6 inches to a foot of height on him. But
who's marking down the left? It was straight.
It was ultimately, I would say, poor defending by Amarte, but
it wasn't. It was a good goal. We'll totally. That guy, whoever jumped over Justin, is so big and so strong. Danny Ward dove the wrong way, and it's a goal to Forest. 1-0, bottom left corner. Apparently, people are saying it's 2-0 to Forest. And it is 2-0 to Forest.
I guess our stream is behind then, but
I'm going to refresh it, see if...
Oh, this is worrisome. Yeah, they've just shown the goal. Brennan Johnson, 2-0 Forest.
When I said we're going to lose 3-2, everyone was laughing at me, but my prediction's coming true. We cannot defend.
I want to make it clear my 5-3 is still on the table. Just showing the replay here, and it's looking like our players were just caught flat-footed there.
As soon as they can see, what's Amarte doing there? He just, oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
What
Dan Amarte just
doing? He's been
wraps that ball in a Christmas wrap and hands a happy birthday gift to Brennan Johnson there.
Mike, I said we're going to lose this game 3-2. I never thought we were going to beat them. Yeah, I agree.
Danny Ward does the best he can to make himself big, but it leaves his legs open, and Johnson plays the ball through Danny Ward, and it's 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. Leicester City coming in and trying to attack right off the replay there, but out for a throw-in to Forest, and Steve Cooper being shown on the sidelines now.
We'll never hear it down if the FA Cup holders left to their East Midland rivals.
Oh, boy.
2 goals in 1 minute.
Zinkernagel 23, Johnson 24.
Not good enough. Thing is, we say this, but we've been saying all season how Amarte's been one of our best players.
It's time and again you'll find players will waver between consistency and inconsistency.
Like this is the FA Cup, so anything can happen, but
there's still half of the first half left and the entire second half, though. We really need to update our banner, by the way.
Oh, we do, yes.
I'll get that changed.
We'll get it changed. but we've got Iheanacho's got the ball in the middle, passes it back to Thomas, but giving it away by Söyüncü. Söyüncü reclaimed the ball, and it's passed back to Amate, and Amate passing it to Justin.
What I will say is we need a goal probably within the next 10 minutes at the very least before halftime. If Forest score next, then this is game over.
Pretty much game over now, the way we've been playing. Michael, where are you? Why aren't you on the stream?
You're turning Jono into Delia Smith. You got to get on screen now.
Yeah, that is a quote by Michael. We need to score 4 to win games, and it ain't happening.
Yep.
The thing is, beginning of the season, remember, it has to work. Fair enough.
Oh, well.
But we've always, like, even though we can see, we always used to score goals, but at the moment, we kind of look like we're scoring. But great defending by Forest, and it's headed back to their keeper, and it's a Forest goal kick. Cassius Michael is showing himself there on the bench, but it's not good. Not good.
We're now playing a high press. James Maddison nearly wins that ball, but gives away a free kick.
I think I agree with this because we were hoping for the penalty. We switched off, and then, as soon as after they scored, we scored another one. So we're not playing. We're playing towards VAR, not. Söyüncü gives away a free. Leicester fans are livid. They're screaming at us,
and rightfully so. I mean, you can't play that sloppily against Nottingham Forest. Oh, Söyüncü.
Yeah, we can't blame Vestergaard this game, can we?
Ah, dear me.
Tell you what, we'll never hear the end of it if we lose 2-0. It could get worse. It could be 4-0. If we lose today, I can't defend Brendan. How, FA Cup you can lose, but to lose in this manner.
With this strongest side is the biggest thing for me. Free kick is taken by Forest, and it's cleared by Leicester City. We force Forest to play it back to their center backs. We try a high press, but that just gives Forest the chance to come forward again. And it's Zinkernagel on the outside of the penalty area. His pass is blocked by, I think it was blocked by Barnes. But the clearance is collected again by Forest, and it's now Jed Spence on the right.
Let's see what Leicester Fan TV is saying on the group chats. Let's see what our fellow team are saying.
Nick asking a good question here. What's Top thinking in the crowd watching this? Cross from Jed Spence is blocked by Luke Thomas, and it's out for Forest corner.
Absolute garbage. Kaka's having a mare. Total complacency, giving the ball away. WTF is happening. Nacho's first touch is poor. Tackles are good, but passing has been woeful. Luke needs to concentrate on his passing. Everyone's, we've the first 10 minutes we're on top, but ever since they score, we've just looked. It should be opposite. Surely, if they score, we should be on the top front foot. We've just been.
I've been a Rodgers defender for a while, but I will admit that if we fall out of a cup competition, one of our last chances to get into Europe.
Well, it's not. We've still got the Conference League.
Yeah, one of. Taking their sweet time on this corner at the moment. I'm seeing people in the chat saying that it's 3-0. Cross comes in. Goes over everybody. Zinkernagel collects on the other wing. Breaks into the penalty area. Shot from a distance, dribbles through everybody, and wide.
We all know it's 3-0. I've seen it. I've just gone on.
I haven't seen it on the stream yet, but yeah, we're seeing that Joe Worrell has scored. Our BBC stream is just a little bit behind the other updates at the moment. Oh. Ward with a big save there.
But it's another corner for Forest. This is where we concede. crossed in. Yeah, headed down.
Headed down, goal. A defender.
And here comes back. I was saying last game how we've improved in set pieces, but Forest are absolutely annihilating us. I hate to say it, but we've been absolutely abysmal. After the 10th minute, we've been abysmal. Their manager, he looks high, but he looks clueless. But he's doing well.
I could actually picture Rodgers getting sacked after this match. That ball goes through like 5 or 6 defenders on its way to the goal. Amarte, Tielemans, Soyuncu, Ward passes everybody. Justin, Iheanacho, all of them were between the ball and the goal.
I said on the stream we're going to lose 3-2, and everyone, Jamie and people said, "What?" I'm like, "We're going to lose." But this is why I'm saying it. We're not good enough. FA Cup, if we lose this more than 3-0, then it's going to be like we're a laughingstock. Chelsea just lost. Like Chelsea just won. West Ham just won. Manchester United just lost. But we're getting destroyed. We're getting.
What I will say is, for all of you that are going to be joining on the inevitable supercut of fan channels reacting to this match, you can come join us at Leicester Fan TV. Give us a like and a subscribe. We got Leicester fan content going on all the time, where you can come watch us watch games like this.
And Jason, like, we've never said like, "Oh, there's no problems. Like, we're fine." We know there's problems. Like, there are tons of problems with the club. So one of them, the major one, is defending. We score loads, but we can't defend. And this is one of them. Wes Morgan will be sat there fuming.
Absolutely.
There's another corner to Forest. I can see players leaving at half time. Leicester City fans leaving at half time from Leicester. I can't defend. Like, we've had 2 weeks off for tactics. We know what Forest did against Arsenal. We know what they did. And
for Jason, you're saying he picks the team, but at the same time, we were saying that this is one of the strongest squads we've had in a long time. There's not a lot. I think a lot of fans would have chosen differently. This must be a tactical problem because we're getting outplayed, but these are strong players on the pitch.
Where is Dewsbury Hall? We need the youngsters, because the youngsters know what it means to Leicester fans to beat a rival like Forest. Like, you've got the Forest diehards singing and standing. This is where they beat Arsenal. This is where they're going to beat. We're not going to win this. We're not going to win this. We can't win this now. It's 3-0 down in 30 minutes.
Yeah, at best, we can tie. My 5-3 is still on.
Tie will be going to extra time penalties, but...
Well, that's what I mean. I'm just talking within the 90-minute frame here. Leicester City coming forward now, Justin, but he's forced to turn around and play it to Tielemans. We still come up on the left wing.
What is
passes
that?
To absolutely nobody.
No man's land. Oh, my days.
I woke up early for this.
Leicester City fans look disgusted.
Jason, Jono, you got a drink?
Well, I've got. I'm on my phone. I've only got one left after this. I don't think. I'm going to the pub afterwards, so hopefully, that'll enough for me there. But it's been abysmal. No positives from this game.
None.
Now, I wouldn't agree with this. We don't deserve to be in the Prem. Well, obviously we do, because we're not 20.
We don't deserve to be in the FA Cup. But we deserve to be in the Prem.
I never made fun. I said last week, everyone was shocked. Everyone's like, don't say that. Like, what are you saying when they smash Nottingham?
I was going to say, and I feel like a lot of Leicester fans are actually happy to see that happen because we wanted this game.
We wanted, like, I would prefer to be a play Arsenal than Forest. Less expectations then. It looks like a yellow card on for Ndidi there. Went straight into his shins.
Oh, boy.
Here is a Arsenal fan, one of my friends, who said Leicester doing so well, who were knocked out by Forest in the last round, but that was a much closer game. Who was Wondergoal who put Forest through, but we get absolutely annihilated this game. We're losing in every stat. We're not playing well. We can't pass. We can't defend. It's woeful. We're absolutely shocking. This is League One performance. This is right now.
This is horrific.
We're not getting the basics right. We're not even getting defending right. Let alone we beat Chelsea. This pretty much team beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final.
We won a free kick for a foul on Soyuncu in the penalty area. Yeah, and Neil has absolutely hit the nail on the head here. We haven't been beaten by scintillating football. We just haven't defended.
Complete bunch of wet wipes, no energy, no movement, and no character. We needed to get a defender during the window. We are completely dog. I can't say that last bit.
Yeah, we are not past the watershed. Please keep it civil.
They gave up on Rodgers. It's just the players playing bad because they want Rodgers out. But even if they want Rodgers out...
But your name's on this result as well.
Yeah.
Shots on target, 4-0 in favor of Nottingham Forest.
A Manchester United fan, because I'm guessing you're saying Sue, has to go blood.
There are some positive comments coming in here that I think we might have something good to look forward to. High through ball looking for Iheanacho. Samba comes out and ball goes out of play. Jono, if what the comments are saying are correct and we're about to see a goal, are we going to scream and shout?
No. What's it scream and shout about? We got a goal.
First one back at 3. It could happen. It could happen.
If it does happen, I'll get Leicester City tattooed on my arm. Like big letters, Leicester City down there.
At least get the crest. Don't make it just the letters. Forrest coming forward again. Ball falls to Jet Spence, and realistically, he should have made that 4. Ball goes into the legs of Danny Ward. We're just refreshing our stream to see if we can get it a little further forward. Ball was Zinkernagel, intercepted by Wilfred Ndidi. Pigeons on the pitch again. Played forward by Thomas to Barnes. Barnes plays a one-time ball to Madison. Madison plays the ball long, looking for Iheanacho. Samba's well out of his goal. Nacho turns him round, takes the shot from a distance, and that is 3-1 to Leicester City.
Yeah, 3-1 to Leicester City, but too little too late.
Tell you what, I don't want to give up hope on that just yet.
I feel, Fee, don't send a super chat because I've don't want to waste your money. Don't want to waste your £1. You're wasting your £1.
It's the 40th minute. We have a second half to do this.
No, Fee. If we get through, don't send a super chat. You're wasting your money. I know what you always do. You always send a super chat if we score, but don't send a super chat.
Jono, I'm gonna cover up your pessimism with the goal animation. She didn't listen.
She just
99p super sticker. Thank you very much, Fee.
Thanks, Fee. Appreciate it. But you could have put that pound in a trolley. Like,
oh, come on, Jono. We're not going out and we're not nicking trolleys from Asda right now. We're watching our club. Oh dear.
I like Leicester, but Arsenal the more successful club. Yeah, they've won it the most. City players sit on the bus.
If we score another goal before halftime, then this game is blown wide open. Madison to Thomas on the wing. Thomas's pass is tapped by Spence, and Barnes just gets thrown over. And it's a free kick to Leicester City.
If we scored another one, it'd make the score less embarrassing, but still.
Now, for the record, I won't hold you to a tattoo if we do end up winning this, but I will say if you are going to get one, have you seen that mural that came up after the FA Cup win? Because that is some beautiful artwork. I'm not a tattoo guy, but if I were to get a Leicester City tattoo, like the Fox playing the FA Cup trophy, lovely artwork.
You rock, Martin and Brendan.
Like Martin O'Neill? Free kick goes over the net, and it's a goal kick to Forest.
I love it how we're on 30 viewers, and then when we start losing, we've got up to almost 100. But thank you so much for coming on and supporting us. Leave a like and subscribe to the video. Leave a comment.
If you're enjoying what you're watching, be it because you're a Leicester City fan and enjoy sharing your misery with others, give us a like, give us a share. If you're a Forest fan that's here for some Schadenfreude, give us a subscribe and come watch all of our post-match. I mean, you can watch Jamie be absolutely fuming.
Our goal was rubbish. They were cocky, bringing out the goalkeeper at the halfway line and actually got an open goal. We're not playing well.
The game is unpredictable. If we can get another goal, I still believe that there's a chance for us to come back. We've done weirder and wilder things in the past.
We won the Premier League once.
We did. We won the League Cup twice.
I've already got a Leicester City. Well, technically, it's not a Leicester City branded tattoo, but I got a Fox tattoo.
There you go. See, I hate needles, so I could never bring myself to do it. It's nothing against the idea of having a tattoo. I couldn't. I'm a wuss. I couldn't do the pain.
It's different things. It's not like one needle. It's 60 needles going in and out really quickly.
Well, exactly, and that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I'm a wuss. I couldn't do it.
Just turn this stream into like a tattoo thing. We can put tattoos on the screen and talk about tattoos, or because anything would be better than watching us can't pass a ball or defend.
Lookman plays the ball to Tielemans, to Ndidi. Or actually, that might have been Nacho over towards Thomas. Madison now. Madison plays the ball up and over, and it just goes over the other players, and Samba will collect. That's a
good point. Top is actually seeing for first hand in himself the fans' reaction and us playing. Will this have put his opinion in of the players and the manager?
Putting that one up on screen. Game's not over.
Yeah.
Listen, I know that all I'm doing is I'm just feeding the compilation people, but I keep saying that there's still a chance. But until the 90th minute, there is still a chance.
Do you think this is true? We worry, if Rivalry, we're not the true Leicester.
It's obviously going to be difficult to lose Vardy. I don't think any Leicester City supporter worth their salt can say that we'll be fine.
I know one player can scare defenders who isn't on the pitch.
Patson Daka?
And
Mark Albright.
No. Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah,
I've said it. Dewsbury Hall is one player who's put a spark ever since we lost to Chelsea badly. He's put a spark up. He's put a spark back into the team, and we've been playing well. And the two players who have been so essential for us being playing well recently have not in the team. And look what's happening.
Well, let's see if Brendan earns his paycheck come halftime, because he's going to have to make substitutions. There's probably going to have to be a change of formation.
I'll change too. I'll change formation and put Dewsbury Hall on Daka straight away.
I agree with you on the substitutions. Dewsbury Hall and Daka, but who for?
I'll take Amati off. I mean, I'll take Thomas off.
You want to go three at the back?
Yeah. We need to score. Why do we need more defenders on? I'd rather score more than trying to score, concede more trying to score, than rather than sit in the back and losing, wouldn't you?
I'm a little scared to concede more is the only thing. Medical team is currently out with as Gardner has taken a knock to the head
by his own player.
Oh, from his own player. I'm not sure who that was that fell, but he lands knee first on the back of Gardner's head. Rivalry aside, we're obviously going to hope that he's all right. And yeah, I mean, Jono and I both know this, that, yeah, Brendan Rodgers will make changes in the 60th minute. Gardner appears to be okay, and we'll carry on.
Do you think we should have done January business? Like, do you think we should have brought in players or anything like that? Or...
Everyone and their mother thinks we should have done January business, but we couldn't. I think I should buy a car and a new house, but I can't afford it.
We could have brought in players and brought in, like, you could have paid wages. You didn't have to buy a player outright, but we could have paid wages.
But I don't know how we're doing in terms of our wage budget. We can't just inject more money into the club.
I would have just saw Vestergaard back to Southampton and got a refund with the receipt.
They wouldn't buy him. The only way we're getting rid of Vestergaard is to release him. And then we're just paying out his contract.
Sure, you can class the product as faulty and return it back for full refund.
Do we have the receipt?
I'm sure there must have a receipt somewhere.
But knowing that, we're just going to get store credit.
Store credit for who? Another rubbish Southampton defender.
Yeah.
Well, surely it's up to a year. Surely it's up to a year of warranty.
I can't believe we're saying this. You say it like we're going to ship him back to Denmark. As like, we want an equivalent product. Give us Højbjerg.
Go on, Bonds. Pop the balloon. It should be half time by now. It's middle of the pitch and it's 48 minutes. Come on, blow the whistle.
And no, I thought the referee just blew there. But we come forward one more time. It's Ndidi to Madison. Lookman gets tackled. And it's halftime.
It's going to be halftime in a sec. Well, we're going to have it is now halftime. We're going to send the link out so you guys can come on and join our tattoo presentation because we're not going to talk about the game. We're not going to talk about the game because it's been a rubbish game, but send the link out so you guys can join us.
We did discuss before, I know I brought it up last season, remember when Brendan Rodgers threw the water bottle? He's going to be tearing a strip out of these players.
I want Top to go in there and scream at them, saying, is this what Vichai would have wanted?
Jamie, I'm seeing you've joined in. If you want to give us a thumbs up, I'll add you on. Jamie, I'll add you in just a moment. Sean, are you ready? Sean, if you want to give us a thumbs up, we'll add you in.
Oh, sorry. Here you go.
Not the first half we thought we were going to have, Sean.
No. Well, I think this put on Dewsbury on, I think.
I agree. I 1,000,000% agree with that. Bring on Dewsbury Hall. He's our saving grace, and as well as Daka. Bring them on, please.
I can agree with that. But Sean, if we bring on Dewsbury Hall, do you still believe we can win this?
I think so. Yes. Dewsbury is good. He's got athletes and I think he might score, but I do think I'm not too sure about Luke Thomas.
Yeah, Luke Thomas has been a little bit worrying. Do you think there is a player on the bench that could come on and replace Luke Thomas? Or Jono was mentioning earlier that we might change our formation. Do you think we need to change our formation?
I think Chowdhury.
Chowdhury?
Yeah.
Not a bad guess. All right, we got quite a few people joining in, so I think we might let you go. At least, like, we won't remove you entirely from the stream, but we'll let you go and bring some other people on. Maybe we'll have you back in. But before, let's get an updated score prediction. So we know Forest have scored 3. What do you think the score will be at 90 minutes?
I think it might be a goal at the second half, like say 5 minutes.
Within the first 5 minutes, I would hope so. We know that Brendan can change his tactics at halftime. It's just we'll have to see it. But so if we get that goal, what do you think the final score will be?
I think it might be 3-4.
3-4. We'll be hoping for it. Can we get a come on, Leicester?
Come on, Leicester.
Thanks a bunch, Sean. I'm gonna let you go. All right, Ross, are you ready to come on? You have your 5 minutes. Good boy. You came all the way to Leicester for this.
So, firstly, did you enjoy your trip?
I couldn't bloody finish that. Jesus, it was just on the lighter side for things, just for a minute, just before we go into the game. Yeah,
finish that, we'll win. Yeah, go back and finish, then we'll win the game.
I know it's gone now. Bloody hell! But I mean, that the most exciting thing about my time here at the local hero is the bloody chip butty. Like, it's only a good thing to come out. I mean, right, I'm gonna have to be careful because obviously, we're on here. So, I was a WTF. I can say letters. WTF? Are we just seen? That is the worst first half I have seen this season. I'll scrap that. In about 5 years.
The
right.
First 10 minutes, we were good. We had possession.
Their first goal, I mean, terrible defending. The second goal, obviously, we didn't even see the cameras until next minute. Camera comes on, and suddenly they've scored.
Amarte
third goal
into their path.
Third goal.
We were just physically outplayed.
I'm Leicester fan TV here. Like, it just zonal. Going back to zonal marking again. I mean, the only consolation to come out of it was that goal from Nacho. Again, it was a mistake from their keeper, who I thought was playing with one eye. I thought he had an eye patch.
Our goal was lucky. We never should have scored that because his keeper should have come out to the halfway line.
But just honestly, imagine if we actually come back into this. I mean, at the minute we're not going to.
We won't.
But can you imagine
if we come back? Who's getting a tattoo of your chip buddy?
Pardon?
If we make a comeback, who's getting a tattoo of your chip buddy?
Well, definitely not me, because definitely not me. But that's for sure. But I'm actually flabbergasted. I'm just you think Ross? What's that? Ross, you need glasses, mate. We have been even worse. We've been even worse. We have. I've just said we've been awful. I've said that. I said the only consolation is the goal. That's it. Right, listen. I know that's Reece Taylor, right? Okay, there is. But to do that, you've got to play well. And the minute we've been we've been awful. Luke Thomas can't string the pass together.
I wish we could swear. We've been worse than awful. This is worse than Chelsea.
No, it is. No, it is because you'd think it's an East Midlands derby. We've not played him in 8 years. We'd be up for it. We've got, all players will be up for it. But we've been, it's like back in 07-08 championship season. Terrible, absolutely terrible with a capital T. Terrible defending. Awful.
I said last week, I want to see all the youngsters play. I want to see because they know what it means to win this game. They'll put more effort in. They will know what it means to put the tackles in and get the yellow cards because they know what this derby means to us, to the fans. But it's just like it's a training match. It's carefully lose.
So that last part again, sorry.
said, it looks like a training match. It doesn't look like they care.
Yeah, it's like at school, the year 7s versus the year 11s, and we're the year 7s. We're getting absolutely destroyed.
We've been schooled by a team who plays the heart out in the cup matches. We're getting schooled by them. If we play like we did against Chelsea in the final, we'd be walking all over these, but we're not.
I know it won't be a walkover, but I didn't think it would be this bad. I mean, I just thought we get a goal straight away in second half. I mean, you're about a minute. Have you paused it for Elijah or something? You're about a minute behind us.
No, I'm streaming it to him in Discord because his broadcast.
It's on BBC One.
His broadcaster cancelled it, so I had to stream it to him.
Yeah, they decided hockey highlights were more important for Canadians.
I'm on my computer, so I have to be an iPlayer. So
right.
But,
yeah. Like, I mean, I just, yeah. Like I said, I'll come on at the end of the game. It's just hopefully we've got 2 goals, but we need a goal instantly. In the first 5 minutes of that second half, we need a goal straight away to get the everything up to scratch. So yeah.
Before you go, Ross, if we
I'm going to shoot. I ain't had a drink, by the way. I couldn't. That chip butty, I can't. I can't drink and have a chip butty.
Before you go, Ross, what will the final score be now?
Right. I'll give up my heart answer and my head answer. So my head will probably say 3-1. It'll remain 3-1. But I think my heart will say 4-3 Leicester.
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
Can you imagine if that happens? Right. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. But we'll see we'll just see what happens now in these next 45 minutes.
I've got a question for Jamie when he comes on. But cheers, Ross. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it, mate.
No worries. See you later.
Cheers, mate. Jamie, are you ready to come on? Are you not ready if you are? Oh, he's just left. Oh, he is. Jamie.
An awful performance.
Before we go into anything, I'm throwing you. It's the first time on Leicester Fan TV. I think I want to throw you right in the deep end. If we lose this, are you out or in for Brendan Rodgers?
Brendan Rodgers out. See you later. Don't want nothing to do with him.
You think it's gotten that bad? If we lose to Forest today, the matter that we've lost it, do you think that's it for Brendan?
That's it. He's gone. I've been a fan for 12 years, since like Championship days, and nah, this is awful. I watched the whole first half and I watched it, and the defending, Sionchu, what the hell is he doing?
Well, Amarte gave the set. If 1-0 down, fair enough, but Amarte passed it in the path of their player, the box.
In literally the direction of what's his name, Johnson. And I was just like, what the hell is happening? Like, the defense has no structure, no nothing. It's just a shambles.
I think this equals to the worst performance I've seen. I can't remember the last time we played. Even against Chelsea, it was like they're Premier League, they're Champions League winners. They got world class players. We just got schooled. But this is not just the fact we're losing. We're losing badly to a Championship team who are arch rivals.
And I hate Forest. I absolutely hate them with a passion. I've got to fucking go there for a day out, and I only go there for a couple of drinks. But just walking through Forest makes me angry. But
when you drive past when you drive over Trent Bridge, you just see that stadium, and there's which you can throw an egg at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just no. My prediction for the game is going to be if the players that are on now stay on, it's going to be 3-1. But if we can put Dewsbury Hall on and Daka, we can change it around. But the defending was woeful.
Thomas, bless him. We know he's a good player.
He's good.
We know this game he's being scored. I said Spence against Arsenal was brilliant, and he's doing it again. He's putting Thomas to the ground, and he's outdoing him.
He hasn't got Thomas has no experience. He's good, but he lacks experience.
I'm going to show the link because Gray wants to come on. Gray, before you come on, it is Watershed, so please don't swear. So after Jamie's come on, we'll bring you on before the second half comes on. But so Jamie, after you've seen we did bring a goal back. Do you think if we bring on Daka and Dewsbury Hall, do you think we can come back into this game?
Yes. 4-3 Leicester.
I do not think we'll come back, but do you think we can only do it if we bring on those 2 players?
Yeah, that will
Okay.
come. Yeah, but yeah, I think it will change the momentum of the game and the tempo. Whereas now, Kelechi's doing it, but he just hasn't got like that. Was only a mistake by the goalkeeper. If he hadn't come out, then. But yeah,
I just want to say this: Ward, he made one brilliant save. He's done nothing wrong. He cannot stop any of those goals. Ward, for me, has been the man of the match because he saved
it's the defending. If we didn't have Danny Ward in goal, I think if we lose this game, Brendan's sacked.
I agree. I love Brendan so much, but you can't defend him. If we lose this, we can lose in the FA Cup because the FA Cup is the FA Cup, but to lose in this manner is just unacceptable.
I know. The defending's just, it's all down to defending. If they don't defend this half, we're gone.
If we play the first half, it'll be 6-2 easily.
Oh, well, but thanks guys for having me on, and I'll speak to you all soon.
Cheers.
Thanks,
you come on half more times if you want to. We'll invite you on, no problem. In a bit, man. Gray, give us a thumbs up if you're ready. Right. It is watershed, so be careful, Gray, yeah? I know what you're like. What's your opinion? I know you're angry. We're all angry. What's your honest opinion of the first half?
It was always going to be a tough game, but we've just collapsed. I mean, what the bleeding hell was Amati doing?
That is. I played in Division 1 football when I was 14. Scoreboard number 1: do not pass to your inside when you're defending. Rule number 1: do not pass to your goalkeeper
or pass across your box.
Pass across your box.
And Cags was nearly caught out with that as well. About 5 minutes before. It's shocking. There's no fight. I want to see these boys come out with some passion. And I agree with you, Jono, what you were saying a minute ago. The way we're just folding at the minute, something will happen in the morning if the second half's not better. And I like Brendan, but you
can't accept this. You can't accept losing 3-1 to Forest in this manner. You can't accept it. You can't. No. A derby as big as this, you can't accept it.
No, definitely not. I see Daka's just about to come on.
Is he?
Yeah, I was surprised at the lineup. To be fair, when I woke up and saw the team, I was surprised.
You woke up?
Yeah, afternoon nap.
Afternoon nap.
But
yeah.
Cags, I would. This is Hamza written all over it in the back.
We need Hamza and Dewsbury Hall on because the Dewsbury Hall for me has been ever since the Chelsea game. Has been one of our best players. He's been phenomenal. We need them on because without those players, we have no spark.
No, definitely. So let's see what the Pac-Man can do for us this half, attacking our fans. So the boys need to get behind them now, don't they? And
cheer them on.
Yeah, get singing and that. And those fans that have gone there that have been chucking the stools and tables at the window, you ain't fans.
True fans, yes, I'll be upset, but I wouldn't be. I'll be cheering them on like. We could do this. We're Leicester City. We've won the Premier League. We've won the FA Cup. We're not just we need to. This isn't about performance or not about the current form. This is the FA Cup, and anything could happen. We need to prove it. We need to go out there. Even if we lose and put on the best performance in the second half ever, then I'd be like, at least we tried. But so far, it's been abysmal.
Yeah, it has been.
But we are about to kick off in the second half, so.
But I've already kicked off.
Well, come on the second half, Gray, and we'll invite you one back.
Yeah, no worries. Catch you later, boys.
In a bit, Gray.
Thanks, Gray. So it looks like it would probably be a change of shape because we have had Daka come on for Harvey Barnes, and we've immediately hoofed the ball out of play for Nottingham Forest throw-in.
If I was Brendan, I wouldn't be talking. I'll be screaming, saying, "What the F was that? What have you done?" And Marty, I'd be like, Marty, are you what are you doing? You're a defender. What's the wrong rule of defending? As Gray said, you never, ever pass across the box. Ever.
And realistically, think of how different things would be if we went into this only 1 goal down instead of 2.
if we went down 2-1 down, I'd be like, we play rubbish, but we can get back into this. But 3-1 down, it's a whole different ball game. Forest needs to say, players with Leicester, if you frustrate us, we are vulnerable. And what can Forest do? Frustrate the hell out of us. That's one.
Absolutely.
So it
makes you think that like the rough challenges around things like the penalty decision may have been just for that purpose, to frustrate us, because they know that we don't have VAR. We're not going to get those decisions going our way.
Is Amati your best defender this season? Yeah, I'm going to say it. Before the first half of the season, everyone would agree with that. He's the best defender. He's been the best defender of the season for me.
Sorry, I missed that.
Would you agree that Amati's been our best player this season before this game? One of the best.
One of, maybe, but I wouldn't say the. He's another one of those players where, just like in a sea of inconsistency, he's been less inconsistent than others.
Yes. But to be honest, in terms of like bringing the team back together, I think Dewsbury Hall's been one of the best players of the season by far.
That I could agree with.
He brings something different. He just brings energy. But Forest are on the counter-attack. 3v3.
Zinkernagel passes it out onto the wing.
Spence
Shots taken, deflected, corner.
I'll love to say that, Chris. Like, I'm going to put it on anyway. I agree. You get this.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
I agree. Like, we need to be scoring. I'll take off Thomas and play 3 at the back and go more up front. I don't know why we brought off Barnes. I would have brought off Thomas.
You can't help but wonder, like, is it because he's expecting an early second half goal?
Well,
Zinkernagel heads the ball back into the penalty area, bouncing around amongst the players. Ward will punch it out, and it's cleared by Leicester, but shaky there.
But people who didn't know, we have made a change. Only one change. Dackett is on for Harvey Barnes, but that is it. Dewsbury Hall is not on the pitch. Where all second half, all through half time, we're saying we need Dewsbury Hall on because he's the only player I think who could make a big enough difference.
I can't help but, like, do you think maybe he's saving that as the 60th minute sub?
60 minutes. We need to be on them now. 60 minutes is too late.
I'm not arguing that that's a good idea. I'm just trying to get into Brendan's head.
I think so. I think maybe, but we need to be making. I'll argue 3 changes now. Run them, show the play, run them into the ground, run them for. If it goes extra time, so be it. But make 3 subs now. We need to make a difference.
No, actually, now that I think about it, aren't you allowed more than 3 subs in this? Or are you allowed 5?
That's a free kick to Leicester. Short. How's it not a free kick?
Why? Unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's not an excuse for the performance, but we have been getting no decisions our way this match.
No. There's a Leicester City corner, though, with Leicester City towards the Leicester City fans. I'm going to nip to the toilet, so I shall be running the stream for a few seconds.
Yep. All right, so a close-up shot being shown of Lookman at the moment. Corner kick is going to be played long here by Madison. No players near him at the moment. A lot of tussling going on in the penalty area. Lookman might be the near option, but he's well marked by Spence. High cross is played in. Doesn't beat the man in the middle of the area, but falls to Soyuncu, who immediately gets tackled by Zinkernagel, and it is a free kick to Leicester City on the opposite corner. And Soyuncu staying on the ground a little bit. It's a hard knock to the side of the knee there. Zinkernagel coming in full tilt and knee-to-knee collision there. But Soyuncu's back on his feet at the moment. Free kick will be taken by Madison. There's no shooting angle here, so he's going to be playing that in as a cross into the middle. He's got Soyuncu, he's got Nacho, he's got Ndidi as targets. He's got Daka. And he's got Iheanacho. Judging by the comments coming in, I'm assuming nothing good is going to come of this. So we got Madison about to take a free kick, and a lot of comments saying, I wish Madison would stop taking free kicks.
Yes,
and that's because he passes it straight to a Nottingham Forest defender.
I think, Elijah, what you should do is full screen your stream so you can't see the comments, then we'll just watch the game and we get disappointed.
I mean, that's fair, but I want to make sure we're engaging. I won't look whenever there's like a key moment here, as Forest are now coming forward on the right wing. Big sliding challenge by Justin there, and that's not a foul. He got the ball, but a free kick is given to Nottingham Forest.
This is the first game in a long time where I can't blame the officials because that is a brilliant tackle.
Yeah, I don't see how that's a free kick, but
it is a throw into Forest.
Okay, good. Sorry, I saw the flag go up immediately, so I assumed that it was a free kick, but no, I was just designating the direction of the throw, and Soyuncu clears. Ball bouncing around, and poor pass there, and the ball is back with Forest. We have been so disorganized this game. We're playing as 11 individuals on the pitch and not as a team, as Justin gets nutmegged by the Forest player.
Forest are currently in the Championship, and they are mid-table.
Forest in no rush to take any break in play here, as they just hold the ball. Time waste a little bit on this throw in.
Forest Cup final game has been every game. Against Arsenal, the fans were up. Forest left the pitch crawling because they were that tired. We need to play that every game. They know, but Leicester on the counter attack. Great
through ball is played, and it looks like Daka has the pace to hold on to it. He passes it inwards towards Madison. Madison shoots from a distance and is carried away by Samba, but a good built chance by Leicester City there. Ferris asking who we would bring in if we do sack Brendan. I don't want to engage that until Brendan is sacked, just because at the same time, a whole bunch of the available managers have now been taken. It's like we can't even get Roy Hodgson anymore.
I would the only manager I would actually take is Graham Potter from Brighton.
We're not going to get Graham Potter though.
No.
He's not going to want to leave Brighton.
But the only way I can get back into this is running Forest to the ground. We've got better fitness. We've got better. That's where there probably could be there's fitness, but I can't. I'm trying to find a positive, but I can't find any.
It's because at the same time, you even need to remember that this is a Nottingham Forest team without their star striker. This isn't even a full strength Forest.
No, they haven't got their star striker who scored against Arsenal to get them through to the try in the first place. Who you can be knocked out even before the quarterfinals of this competition, even before the sixth round of this competition. Like, I know big names have been knocked out, but
big chance here for Iheanacho. He takes an extra touch that he didn't need to, and he gives the defenders a chance to mark him. He lays it off for Daka, and that is fired well off target. I
don't agree with Scott's comment. I'm sorry, Scott. I disagree with that completely. So I'm not going to put it up, but
yeah, Scott, I disagree with that. We're not going to put that on screen because also Watershed, but Nacho is a good player. He's just not having a great day today.
No one's having a good game. All these players are good players. They're just not having a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, who's man of the match here? Danny Ward, the man who conceded 3 goals because they weren't his fault.
Yeah. Why wouldn't Potter come to us when we are a bigger club than Brighton? Because Brighton have got a plan. You can see their progression. You can see the way they're playing. You can see the players they're bringing in. They've got a plan, and we haven't.
It's also there's a certain loyalty aspect to it, and it's like, would Sean Dyche leave Burnley to go manage Aston Villa? No, because he's been at Burnley for so long. He's part of the Burnley identity.
He's a Burnley legend. Like, he's kept them in the Premier League for 4 seasons now. And even though, yes, you shouldn't. Oh, there's a scuffle there. But speaking of Sean Dyche, he's actually there.
That's Sean Dyche. What's he doing here?
Maybe it's like, well, I could take this job.
Counselor also mentioning Yuri as captain has been poor. Absolutely. There's no leadership on the pitch right now.
No.
Ball played out by Nottingham Forest due to an injury to Davis.
It's also man of the match, Amate. I don't think so. None of the defenders are getting
maybe man of the match for Forest, but
here you go. If he was in red, it'd be a great pass. Put it that way.
Yeah, I was going to say you get an assist. Think of the value that he'd be as a Forest player in your fantasy team.
We've still got 35 minutes to go, so if we score a goal for 10 minutes, we'd be fine.
We've been looking better than we were in the first half, but nowhere near good enough to pull back in this game.
We played well in the first 10 minutes of the first half, but we still went down 3-1. People will say, "Oh, we should have had a penalty," and no,
you shouldn't be relying on penalties.
We should be relying on penalties or decisions to get us the win. We should be relying on our playing. We should be playing poor. It's just as simple as that.
You know, I mean, United got an early penalty against Middlesbrough and missed it, and look what happened to them.
If we get 30 mils for Cags, I'll be happy. No, we can't be selling. We can't be talking like that. Like, we need to support the players we have, apart from Vestergaard. But apart from that, we should be happy with the players we have.
Even Vestergaard, come on.
I know.
Get off his back.
He's got a big back.
I was going to say, think of all the door frames you're going to hit your head on if you're on his back.
What you want, referee?
Another.
I thought it was a great tackle, to be fair, but
and again, even if all the decisions had gone our way, we would still be losing this game. But the officiating here has been atrocious.
Yeah. But what really scares me, if we're playing this against Forest, what would happen against Liverpool in the week?
5-6-0.
Yeah. If Forest are beating us this much in this game, imagine what Liverpool could do to us.
He's getting booked for that challenge.
Is he?
The ref's got to. Yeah, he just booked Ndidi for a challenge where he won the ball.
How would you rate Nacho? I'll rate him as I think he's an okay striker. I wouldn't say he's like Vardy's great level. Vardy's a great level, but I don't think he's up to that level yet.
Okay, I just saw the replay on it, and it was actually a foul. I needed to see it from that camera angle, but he does actually miss the ball. But yeah, when I saw that comment come in, I actually didn't see the word okay. I thought it just went poor, average, or great. And I was going to say somewhere in between average and great. So completely agreed on okay there.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, no. Free kick comes in from Forest. Volleyed up into the air. Ball now with Thomas. Cleared back to Samba. Samba hoofs the ball upfield. Lookman controls, loses the ball. Ball bouncing around in the area at the moment. Daka passes to Lookman. Lookman gets tripped.
For me.
That's 2. That is 2. Unbelievable.
And
through ball is now played. Zinkernagel coming forward against Soyuncu. Lays it off. Shot. Saved by Ward. Cleared by Soyuncu.
Michael Kaz clears for Nottingham. We're quite far behind, but everyone's saying...
I'm seeing a lot of 4-1s coming in.
And here it is, 4-1.
Zinkernagel. Shot. Goal.
That's Spence, that is.
That is Spence. 4 different goal scorers for Nottingham Forest as well. You can't blame this on Ward.
No.
You can't.
What can Ward do in that situation?
When you give your opposition 6 different one-on-one opportunities in the 6-yard box, how many is the goalkeeper going to save? This is on the defense, and they're going to have some serious questions to answer here.
But even if, like, people saying it should have been a penalty, but like there was another phase of play. It went out for throwing, and then it was the goal. Like it wasn't just straight counter attack and then a goal. It was,
and also play to the whistle. If you didn't get the foul, you
You
have
just
to keep
play.
playing football.
No, we've lost. That's it. I said we're going to lose this, and everyone in the chat was saying, "What the hell are you thinking?" This is what I was thinking.
I hate that this even has to be part of a discussion, but this versus Liverpool and versus Tottenham, is this the worst point of the season?
We're out of the FA Cup.
Out of the FA Cup to a rival by an embarrassing scoreline, I think this is low point of the season. And I don't see how we can win the Conference League.
James, like I'm not gonna say the names, but I'm not gonna read out most of them. But this is the Leicester fans on our chat. Effing fuming. I think Roger's time is up. Roger's out. Roger's out. Roger's time is up. Someone's seen Tom behind the goal. One shot on target all game. Ridiculous. This shows Brendan Rodgers' tactics. People, I feel like going to sleep. Yeah,
This is embarrassing, and there's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
And Mike's even mentioning we've only got 26 points in the league with 18 games left.
This is worse than the Chelsea and Arsenal games because this is a championship team and playing like this.
Patson Daka coming forward on the wing, and a falling off-balance Forest defender still manages to dispossess him, and it's out for a corner.
Marty has been a best defender this season, and this is how we defend. It shows all about. Just says it all, doesn't it?
I can't pick up what all these people are putting down, saying Ward needs to go and why is Ward playing? He's rubbish. You might be able to. I would say of these 4 goals, you might be able to blame Danny Ward for half of one of them.
Yeah, Danny Ward has nothing to do with any of these.
Jono, you want to be manager till the end of the season?
I know he's one of my friends from Discord, so he knows everyone's watching it. But this has been absolutely horrific.
Oh, and it's the 64th minute, so here comes a double change.
Here comes Dewsbury Hall and off for Lookman forward.
Another like-for-like attacking substitution. We need to change shape.
Bring up. I'm recording. Bring up. It's hope.
That's 2 like-for-like changes. He's just going to bring off Thomas for him.
Tielemans. Yes, there's one good substitution off. And who is it? Thomas that's coming off. What's coming off?
Well, I saw Lookman come off as well. So did he make 3 changes, or is it
it's
Ricardo for Tielemans?
No, Thomas is staying on. How is Thomas staying on? He's been the worst defender. No, it hasn't.
Oh my days!
You said it. 60th minute. You said it. We'll make these changes in the 60th minute, and I said it. We should have made 3 changes in the 45th minute. I said it. No, you said make it in the 60th, but why not make it in the 45th?
Looks like Garner is going to get booked here for a tackle on Madison. Late knee in the side.
To be honest, Nick, for the first time this season, I'm thinking, what the hell is Brendan doing? We've been tactically outsmarted in every single position of the pitch.
I can't see Brendan keeping his job after this game. The board isn't brutal, but another appeal for a penalty here off a handball from Leicester.
Pop is at his game, watching this unfold. He's watching what is happening.
Normally, I don't question about the officiating, but at that point, if we did get all those penalty decisions, it would be a tie game.
All you Rodgers in lot deserve it. Brendan in now. Michael, no words. You know when Michael's got no words, that's it. That's rock bottom. Michael always has something to say. Michael always, even if we lose 7-0 to Premier League side, Michael is like always has positives. But if Michael has no words, you know it's
there's no positives to take that, because I hate to be pessimistic as well, but there's nothing you can take from this game. No player has performed well. A blatant handball in the penalty area as well. But
why do you do that? Because of FA Cup result? I'll say why because of the FA Cup result.
Because it's against Nottingham Forest.
It's every bloody game. We can't defend in any bloody game. Against Spurs, we're 2-1 up. We lost 3-2. We lost 3-2 in the 89th minute. Against
Forest coming forward again, they're through.
At Brighton, we took all our strikers and we drew 1-1. It's every game we're being no tactical decision to make sense anymore. We're losing 4-1 to rivals in the FA Cup game.
It was nearly 5 there as well. Low, a 5th player given an opportunity to score there, but he takes his shot just wide. And yeah, I agree with what Apex Jai is saying here, that this isn't acceptable for a club like Leicester. If we want to believe in being a more sustainable club, you cannot play like this in a match that matters this much. You can't go out of a tournament with your strongest squad with a pathetic performance like this against your arch rivals.
The thing is, even if we blame Brendan, the players themselves know what sort of game this is, and they're not showing the desire. Like,
no, absolutely not.
Where's like the when I watch like League One teams playing in this sort of competition, they're throwing themselves on the line. They're making these ditch tackles. Chelsea had 41 shots on goal. 2 went in because they were making blocks and saves. They've had 6 shots and 4 of them have gone in. What does that say?
Oh, it's just painful. Maddison plays the ball in. I didn't think it would get worse than that first half against Manchester City, but this is worse.
I agree. I think after this competition, Spencer's shown against Arsenal and others that he's a good player, and I think he has a bright future ahead of him. I agree.
Forest are going to have to try really hard to keep him. I'd take him.
If I wasn't doing a watch along and I wasn't going out for dinner, I'll be playing FIFA as well. So, we've progressed from the Premier League winning season, because after that we were a stumble, but because we went to 2 European competitions and then we won the FA Cup. But ever since then, ever since February last year, I've not seen any improvement, and it's not getting any better. I'm not saying Brendan out, but I can't see any improvement.
Apparently Jed Spence's only on loan at Nottingham. Who's his parent club?
At this rate, Mike, I hope he does leave, because then Kieran Jabal gets to play and he puts in a full performance. I'd rather someone who isn't a big net. I'd rather get 40, 50 million from Uri and get someone who wants to play for the club rather than someone who wants to leave and he was playing for the sake of his name. Kieran Jabal loves Leicester and he's showing in every game. I want that. I want that for Leicester. I don't care how big your name is. I want someone who wants to play for the club, not for someone just to say, "Oh, I won the FA Cup, and I want to go. I can easily get into Liverpool." I don't want that.
Have we ended up like Manchester United, where it almost feels like even if we get a new manager, the problem isn't going to be solved until we have an overhaul of the squad?
I think we need to sell Uri. We need to sell. Who else wants to leave? Sunchu wants to leave. That's a fact. Sunchu wants to be sold. Get the players who want to leave. Like, look at Mahrez. Mahrez wanted to be sold. We didn't let him sell, and he played rubbish the next season, and he went. And now he's doing wonders at Man City. they still haven't won a European trophy, but you know, if they don't want to play Leicester, then leave. Like the players who do want to play, like Dewsbury Hall, are not playing because few players that want to leave. But when Kieran Dewsbury Hall does play, he plays out of his skin and plays really well. If Brendan Rodgers goes, who do we get?
I have no. We're
No
not
clue.
going to get someone from England.
No clue. There's one manager in my head, which is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which I hope we don't get.
I wouldn't want Solskjaer. Like are we
This is
going to
one
end up getting like Ange Postecoglou from Celtic?
Sell big, buy smart. We've always done this. We've sold many players for small amounts and bought for small and got big profit out of them. So we've always done this.
Forest
Then
coming forward again, but they overcook their ball.
I know Graham Potter isn't realistic, like because you know he's got a massive project going on at Brighton. I don't know who we can get in, but I'd rather get someone in who with a better plan than Brendan, because Brendan's after this game has reached his end. Like he's brought as much as he can progress. Like we've gotten to Europa League twice. We've won 2 trophies since then, which is excellent. But we're losing 4-1 to Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. We've lost to Spurs in the 89th minute. We see 2 goals in 1 minute.
I was going to say, it wasn't even the 89th, it was the 95th.
Yeah.
Andreas Villas-Boas? He wasn't exactly pulling up trees at Marseille. Horrific shot there by, is that by Ricardo? 72nd minute, 11 attempts to 9 in favor of Nottingham Forest.
I'm going to say this now. That comment is not true. We've got 2 players left on injury, and that's it. Which is Evans and Fofana. Also 3, Castagna, Evans, and Fofana.
Vardy.
You cannot blame this performance on injuries. No, you can't. You can't blame this performance on injuries. You can't kill him. We can't. It's not. It's a poor game from the players and the manager. But the manager tactics are ludicrous. Why not make 3 changes at half time? When make 1, then make 2 more at 60th minute when it's too late.
Councillor saying these players are not match fit.
Well, they've been not match fit all season then.
Someone's just been booked.
Who's just been booked? Madison, I think.
Madison.
That's
great.
Frustrating.
Yeah, goes in late on Spence. That's a booking. No argument.
Brendan Posner at Everton says no way.
Neil saying that more likely that Brendan will quit in the summer because he seems to have lost the dressing room. I don't believe that he's lost the dressing room because of the good performances that we do put in some games. A lost dressing room is consistently poor. It's not inconsistent.
I'm seeing a bit of Puel in this.
Oh God, I hate to say that, but
it's just negative football. It's not positive. We're playing negative football, and Leicester City has built a brand upon counter-attack and attacking football. And where's that? We're playing negative football, and it's biting us. We're not playing positive football, and we're facing the consequences.
Hatzendaka loses the ball. Forrest coming forward again. Good defensive stop there. Was either by Madison or Dewsbury? I think by Madison. But Forrest win the ball back again and come forward, but due to a head injury, play is stopped in the 75th. I wouldn't be surprised either, but I know that this is not Top is not an owner that acts rashly. He will not sack Brendan unless he already has another manager lined up. We're not going to switch to an interim for like 4 or 6 weeks. Just for the record as well, like I know we haven't been commenting too much on what's been going on the field, but there's barely anything to talk about. It's just been passed around in the midfield. There's no urgency from either team. Forest are happy to see the game out, and Leicester have no urgency to change anything right now.
At least the Leicester fans didn't have a big journey. Top looks absolutely fuming. He looks disappointed. Possible wants European football. We'll get more. Yeah, he does want. Well, to be fair, Brighton more chance of getting European football than Leicester at the moment. Who could we buy and replace Yuri? Well, we've already got. I think we've already got a replacement, and he's just come onto the pitch. I think Dewsbury Hall is pretty much there. What he's proven, he's playing much better than Yuri at the moment. I'm not saying he's a better overall player, but if he wants to play for the team and puts all the effort in, then let it be so. Like if Yuri wants to go and he's not playing to his full potential, then why have him in the club?
I was gonna say, like, Andy King is not a better midfielder than Yuri Tielemans, but one of them won the Premier League with us and the other didn't. Offside on Madison, and it's a free kick to Forest.
This is the biggest thing. Dewsbury Hall is hungry to play. That's where it comes down to. He wants to prove himself, and I do not want Rafa Benitez at Leicester. No chance. Look what he did at Everton.
Oh,
he did nothing at Everton. We do want to replace Brendan for Benitez. No way.
Emotionally, would it have been better if we just lost to Watford?
I'd rather lose to Watford than to Forest.
Free kick, Leicester City on the wing.
Are we? I don't think we are 9th, are we?
I thought we were 10th.
We are 10th. We're not 9th. But we have got 2 games on Brighton, who are ahead of us, but they're 4 points ahead of us.
We would have to win both games.
Yeah,
because we have a worse goal difference.
We lost a game in 5. We've lost 2 out of 5.
And we play Liverpool.
Yeah, we play Liverpool next.
I can't put David's comment up, but is it time for the club to issue refunds?
Even though Forest are beating us 4-1, Forest will not be coming to the Premier League. I'm saying that right now.
I think need to double check these, but the top 2 are already sealed up, which is it Fulham and Blackburn?
If I was Top, I would refund the fans, saying you shouldn't be paying to watch rubbish.
If I was one of the players on the pitch, I'd be refunding the fans.
I'd be one of the players. Like, here's your money back. I'd be handing out notes to them.
Yeah, Fulham is going up for sure. I don't know about West Brom anymore. I think they're too inconsistent. They just sacked their manager. I'm going to say Fulham, Blackburn, and then one of either QPR or Bournemouth. I realize that's just 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the championship, but they're the teams that have been the most consistent, in my opinion.
See, a lot of Leicester fans are leaving the stadium now. It looks like our side is half empty by now.
I mean, that's not going to help our players at all, but can you blame them?
No.
This has been the worst the team has been performing, and it's against the team that we needed to perform at our best against. This match matters, and the players clearly didn't think so.
I can't wait for Jamie. If Jamie's on, if Jamie's watching, would you want to come on and give your opinion? Because normally when Jamie comes on, he's Brendan out, I'm Brendan in. So, but I can't argue against it.
What I do believe is that we're gonna have to move Jamie's show to after the watershed. Corner comes in for Leicester City, up and over absolutely everybody. James Justin collects, plays it back to Thomas. Thomas plays across into the penalty area that will only find a defender. Amarte shoots from a distance.
By Amarte, but collected by Samba.
Quality shot by Amarte, but better quality save by Samba there. Samba was on his toes and does well to get low down and hold the ball. Doesn't even give away a rebound. Here we go. Let's get Nigel Pearson back. We're never going to get Nigel Pearson back. Not after what happened with his son. Not as long as we're still owned by King Power. We're not having Pearson back.
Top will never have him back after what happened.
Which is unfortunate because it's not Nigel's fault, but what can you do?
Well, it is his fault.
Well, true. Yeah.
West Ham are going
God, is West Ham the other team that we have to face? Is it Liverpool and West Ham?
We've got Liverpool, West Ham, then
Randers.
We've got to beat Randers. Oh my lord.
We won't. We probably won't. And I paid to get the Conference League patches on our on the Albrighton shirt, and we're just gonna have like a cup of coffee in the Conference League, and that's it.
I said last week, John, unfortunately, we're not too far. I said 3-2. We're going to lose 3-2, and look, we've lost this game. We can't score 3 goals in 7 minutes. It ain't going to happen. But I said we're going to lose.
Forest counter-attacking again. Could be a one-on-one here for... It's not Zinkernagel anymore. He's come off the pitch. But they're forced to turn around.
So we are out of the FA Cup. We're going to be out. We're out of the EFL Cup. We're going to be out of the FA Cup. All we've got left is the Premier League, which we're not going to get top 6. We're not going to get relegated. So that's pretty much over. Only thing left is the Conference League, really. Do you think we should focus on that or the Premier League and try and get up to top 6?
It's so risky to focus on a cup competition instead because it takes one bad match and you're out. But yes, because I there's no other way for us to get. We're not even going to play 7th in the Prem. Not if we play like this.
I think top half the table will be good for this season.
I'm gonna have to throw my phone away for a week after this.
Luckily, I live in Newcastle, so there's not many Forest fans around here, so I'll be safe. But people who do live in Leicester will have to face this for a long time. Like the last time we faced them was 2-2, 8 years ago. But losing to Forest 4-1 FA Cup match is just.
I don't think we would have lost this derby this poorly in 2007.
No.
And, oh gosh, where'd that come and go? Vaughn Williamson, you'd think we were 4-1 up the way we're playing right now. There is no urgency. We've accepted that we've lost this game.
I can't remember one attack this whole half. I can't remember one. We've just been pissing around.
So many volunteers to drive Cags to the airport.
No, I wouldn't. No, I think Cags should just stay at Leicester.
This is just the fact that we're sitting in silence, I think, is the perfect explainer of just like how bad this has been.
Poor this has been. There's a foul on by Marty there. There's a definite foul.
Yep, and Surge isn't even slow to get up. He wants to keep playing this game. Well, if I'm buying an FA Cup shirt, I'm going to buy it next season. It won't be the silver patch, but it'll still have the little number 1 flag on it.
I might buy the silver one because that'll be the last one we've won. It's the winning season one, isn't it?
What I worry about, though, is when we get knocked out of the competition, are they going to take the patches off the squad?
What is that defending? We pass it straight back to them. Are we playing with Forest? Do we want them to win? Because there's 2 passes now. If it was just given to Forest in the dangerous area.
It's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. Again, like it's not a comment that I can put up on screen, but I pity the fans that had to go to this match. Like they are going to have the worst drive back, the worst coach ride back. If they intend to do anything in the city of Nottingham for the rest of this day, I hope they brought a change of shirt.
I'm not wearing this to the pub. No chance. I'm getting changed straight after this.
Put a button up on over that.
I'm going to wear my other shirt. Well, I'm gonna wear like a super dry shirt, but I'm not wearing the Leicester shirt after this. No way. What is even? He went through his legs. That makes it even worse. Oh, no.
But again, like it's so easy for people to say that was terrible by Danny Ward, but you have to make yourself big when you're in a one-on-one scenario, and the only way you can do that is by parting your legs.
The thing is that
Leicester City coming forward now, Pat's and Daka, and it's collected by Samba in front of him.
But like we've lost a lot recently, but Chelsea is a world-class team. Spurs have got lots of money. They're not even a class team, but we just lost our heads. Arsenal are a brilliant team, but this is just humiliating. Absolutely.
Perfectly put here. This doesn't even look like an upset. The better team won this game, and it kills me to say that about Nottingham Forest, but they were better. They played us off the park.
Yeah, like Leicester need to sign in January. Like you can look at teams and go, people who sign in January are teams who are like not good enough. But we are not good enough. We need to make signings, and we can't just go for a whole window not signing. And you can't go for a window not signing anyone and go, we're fine, and then produce a performance like this. Is our second game this year we've drawn and lost. It's absolutely poor. And this is a team this is pretty much the team we're going to play against Anfield in 3 days' time.
We are going to get ripped apart.
When we played Liverpool last, we're absolutely heroic. We're phenomenal. We played excellent. But if we play like this, I can see 11-0 easily. I can see them breaking our record.
There is only one piece of personal solace that I have, and it's that game is during work, so I won't be able to do the watch along.
I can't do the watch along. I don't know when it is actually. When is the?
It's Thursday, 7:45 UK.
I can watch that game, so I don't know if I'll be.
That's gonna be 2:45 in the afternoon here. I will not be able to. I can do West Ham, and we'll get thrashed by them as well. But
good to get mentioned, Ricky P. True, yeah. Brendan Rodgers looks horrified.
3 minutes of added time. So hey, 1 goal per minute. Let's go.
Brendan Tactics' approach is clueless. The 2 things will beat Liverpool. If we beat Liverpool after this performance, I'll be very surprised.
It's the Leicester City way, though. You get hammered by a team that you should have beaten comfortably, and then you go on to beat a Liverpool. Didn't that happen to us the last time we beat Liverpool? Didn't we get thrashed by... It was the 6-1 thrashing by Man City. Chance for Leicester, but it looked like it was saved there.
Wes Morgan for manager.
but he has no.
Yes, no, that's a stupid idea. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if he had at least been a coach or something, but like he can't go just straight from player to Premier League manager.
No.
You know,
What
people
happened,
joke about Mikel Arteta, but at least he was an assistant manager for a little while.
I did see this. I did see this result coming. I called it a week ago. We're going to lose this badly, and we did. I called it a week ago on the stream. I can even clip it. I said we're going to lose this 3-2, and everyone went, "What are you talking about? Are you a secret Forest fan?" I'm not a secret Forest fan. I said the reality of where our squad is, and this is where our squad is. Poor.
Craig, I completely agree with what Craig said here. I hope Rodgers has the good grace to apologize for the fans when he's interviewed afterwards. If he comes in here and just says, like, we had the short end of the stick, but the players showed passion and heart, like he says every single game.
Say, I apologize. Like we
got it wrong today.
The team was. Don't say the team. Just say we were poor. Everyone was poor. The players. I can't give a Leicester City man of the match because.
No, because our best player on the field is going to be a 2 out of 10.
You have to say, even if Danny Ward was your favourite player, he's conceded 4 goals.
Who's man of the match? Mark Albright.
I'll say the coach driver for driving them back.
You know who man of the match is? Any Leicester City fan who hasn't left the stadium yet.
Fans got man of the match. We're saying it right now. Leicester supporters man of the match. Because they went to the game and the fans were still there watching. It's thinned out. It's half the fans are still there. Get man of the match.
Phil Holloway for man of the match. Because I know he won't leave early, but he'll have sat through all this garbage. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I was right. I said we'll lose this, and we did.
And Derek here as well. Like this is I hate being pessimistic, but yeah, the fact that there is a debate as to whether or not this is the worst match of the season, the fact that there's other contenders.
There's 3: Arsenal, Chelsea. This is for me is the low point of this game, and that is full time. We have lost 4-1 to our arch rivals in the FA. We are out of the. We are out of the FA Cup, which we won last season against Chelsea to our arch rivals Nottingham Forest 4-1. 4-1.
Someone has to get sacked. I don't know if it's going to be Brendan or if it's going to be Colo, but someone is losing a job.
If you guys want to come in and thing is, I'm saying is Forest deserve it. They outplayed us.
Absolutely, they do.
The fans deserve this. The fans at the Forest ground deserve to be cheering their players and loving life. They go on and play against Huddersfield again in their home ground. We deserve everything. We've been appalling. I wish Jamie was on Hassan, but he's not here. We've been so poor.
Okay, well, we do have Jamie, but
we have Jamie, but a different Jamie.
Probably a slightly less angry Jamie. Jamie, if you want to give us a thumbs up.
I don't know if you're less angry, but it's a different type of Jamie. Oh, sorry. Here you go,
sorry,
Jamie.
we both clicked put you on there, and that took you back off. How are you? Lucky you even stay.
Our predictions were wrong. We said if we brought a Daka and Dewsbury Hall, we would win, but opposite. We lost in both halves.
Get him out. I want him gone.
Yeah,
Polo and Brendan gone.
Colo?
Yeah, gone.
That was a very, very, very poor performance. I like how the Leicester players came to the Forest to our fans and apologised, but
I don't think Brendan's the man no more. I think the owners are going on history, and history doesn't add up.
Jamie coming on. Jamie, he said link, please. So we get 2 Jamies coming on. So, okay, Jamie, who would you say would be your man of the match for Leicester?
I'm going to say Ward. because he tried his best, but obviously he can only do what he's got in front of him. Apart from that, the rest were awful. Soyuncu, what's the point? It looks like he doesn't even care.
I'm going to bring up Michael's comment here as well for a little bit of what you're saying. It's not a question of who's man of the match. It's who sucked least.
So Michael is ready. Michael is our American fan who's always Mr. Positive. Michael is at work at the moment. He has to come on. Michael, what do you think of the game?
What do you mean? What I think? That was the crappiest. I'm gutted right now, bro. I feel like you right now. When I think of the game, it sucked bad. I feel like crying. I'm at work. No one understands what I've just gone through because they don't watch football like I do. And I don't want to work now. That was terrible. Not a single player on the pitch was good. Iheanacho couldn't hold up the ball. Madison couldn't get any space. Soyuncu got ran past. JJ couldn't defend the back post when ball switched. Luke Thomas was getting burned left and right. That Spitz dude, oh my goodness, man. What? All of their players were it seemed like 5 to 6 inches taller than every one of our guys. And they were up for it, and we were not. Maybe Madison. Madison played with a little chip on his shoulder. He played with a little swag, but it just wasn't happening. Every time he got the ball, there was like 3 guys around him. Yuri Tillemans was trash. Jeez, man. That feeling when something bad happens,
You're Mr. Positive. You're meant to be Mr. Positive.
What positive? Iheanacho's goal. I mean, we felt for a second that we could get back in the game. That's about as positive as the guys gave us today. Other than that, I feel really bad for the fans there that have to listen to Forest fans go on and on.
I'd give man of the match to the away fans because they're the ones who have to say
yeah.
Honestly, what Leicester player on the pitch is man of the match? Who?
Man. None. Zero.
No.
Hamza's man of the match.
He wasn't even playing.
Hey, I gave Mark Albright man of the match.
Yeah. Come on. That was terrible. And I mean, that I don't shout for Brendan Shaw. I don't like the manager carousel, but I do understand if people are saying that right now. This one hurts really bad. It stings. We've been terrible all season. Really, we've been terrible all season. And yeah, I think I put in the comments earlier, I blame the transfer window for this. We didn't bring in a single player and loaned out so many players. So I don't know. Maybe we should have sold Yuri. Maybe we should have sold Yuri since he's not going to sign the contract. Get as much money as we can now because the way he's playing, we're not going to get crap for him in the summer. So yeah, great. They didn't care. It felt like our players were not up for it at all. Like we didn't. I don't know.
I can see Jamie in the background walking along, just nodding at everything you're saying because you're Mr. Positive, and he's been Brendan out for a while now, and everyone's been saying because when we play well, especially Liverpool, everyone's saying, "Oh, this is why Brendan deserves to stay." But this performance shows the true nature of our players and our true situation with tactically, and it's not there. So
yeah, they weren't up for it.
Let's bring in our Spanish Jamie, see what his opinion is of the game.
You mean Spanish correspondent? Is that the word you're trying to say?
Spanish correspondent. So
now Jamie,
I tell you what, I'm taking the dog for a walk. I walked out the house without the dog. That's how much it pissed me off today. I walked out without the dog and I was taking him for a walk. That was absolutely shocking today. There was no performance there. There was no leadership, no fight, no spirit. And that is us being the holders of the FA Cup. No leadership, no fight, no nothing. It was dismal. One shot on target in the first half. We were lucky to be 3-0 down. We really were. We were shocking, absolutely shocking. If they're the tactics that we've got, everyone keeps saying, "Oh yeah, but Brendan's the best manager we've ever had. He's the third or fourth best player with best manager paid in the league." Well, earned his money, but he hasn't earned his money. That was embarrassing. Losing to a championship side. If you didn't know, if half of Michael's friends in America didn't know which team was which, they wouldn't know who was in the Premiership and who was in the Championship. Absolutely. That was absolutely shocking. If Soyuncu wants to go, if Tillman wants to go, well, they can bugger off. They're just a waste of absolute space.
I'd rather play players who want to play for the club rather than players for playing because they're here.
And these people that keep saying, "Oh, it's not Brendan, it's the tactics." When I was a kid playing football, if in doubt, kick it out. You don't play it back to the keeper on the touchline. That's Brendan got in the player's head. That's Brendan's got in the player's head saying, "Oh, make sure you keep the ball, keep possession." Wrong. If in doubt, kick it out. Put it into Rowe's head, for fuck's sake. That was the easiest thing. You've just conceded a goal and you play a stupid back pass like that. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. Tactics are utter shocking. And I've been Brendan out for God knows how long now. It's longer than a couple of months. It's probably been since last February, to be honest. I'm losing interest in him again, big time. And I'm still Brendan out, and I will be until he proves me wrong. And he's not proving anything to me at all. It's the same.
He's swinging in your direction because
week in, week out, it's the same.
That was abysmal. I can't find any. My man of the match goes to the Leicester fans for going there and watching that. I can't feel.
The thing was though, Jono, I don't know did you watch it on BBC One, the stream?
BBC One, yeah.
The noise, all I could hear was Forest fans. I couldn't hear any Leicester fans in that crowd whatsoever. No chanting, no nothing. How can you not get up? This is not about the fans. How can the players not get up for that game? Sorry, it's Midland Derby and they cannot get up against it. Absolutely shocking. It really is. It's an embarrassment to the club. We were the holders. We didn't even go out with a whimper. There was no fight, no nothing. Absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. Did you hear Brendan's interview a couple of days ago when he was talking about the derby? He didn't even sound like he was like really interested or that he cared as much as the fans did. I was like, oh yeah, it's a big game, and no, dude, you got to get everybody hyped for this match, and I don't think he had the players up for it at all.
No, there was nothing. I can't even think of a 5-minute spell, Michael, where we played reasonably well today. Shocking. Just gone out. Just like the FA Cup didn't matter at all. That win has meant nothing now. Absolutely nothing. That's it. Season over.
That's it.
Well, we've still got the Conference League.
Still got the Conference League. Yeah, I know it's a chance of winning silverware. It's a chance of winning to Europe. But honestly, Randers, we should beat them. We should beat them. But we know what's going to happen, don't we?
We're going to lose. I can see us lose. If we play that against Randers, we'll get destroyed again.
We've got Liverpool on Thursday night. What's going to happen there?
Oh, if we play anything like that, when they lose 10-0.
Yeah, absolutely shocking. Sorry, absolutely shocking. It's time he goes, and I'll say it again. It's time he goes. And all these people that want him in still, because they keep saying the players, wrong. Absolutely wrong. It's the manager that installs the tactics into the player's head. They lay the tactics out week in, week out. Nothing's changed. Absolutely nothing's changed. We're shocking. Absolutely shocking. And that's an embarrassment tonight. That really is. I am so embarrassed. It is untrue.
We saw 2 comments in the stream where saying, like, we've got an injury crisis. You cannot blame this at all. We've got every player back apart from 3. You cannot blame us on injuries at all.
Correct. You can't. That was near enough a full strength squad today. Nearly, very nearly. You can't blame it on injuries anymore. You can't. There's no way you can blame it on injuries anymore. We've conceded something like 30-odd goals 36 goals now, I think it is, in 12 games. That's a sign of a manager that knows what he's doing. Give me strength. Fucking hell.
I said last week, when I said we're going to lose 3-2, all of you said, what?
Yeah. Sorry, Jono. I'll hold my hand up there.
I said we're going to lose this. And I said because they beat Arsenal the way they did, the way we've been playing. Everyone said, what are you on, Jono? This is what I'm on. And
they won it without their top goal scorer of 13 goals. They won it without their goal scorer.
I knew we were going to lose this from last week. I said we're going to lose this, and I was right. I'm not proud of it, but I was right.
I was confident up until kickoff. And then we just didn't. We're like on the beach already.
Yeah.
Shocking, embarrassing, really is. I've not seen it.
I'm gonna have
not seen any of the comments.
Jamie,
yeah.
We've got a request from Gray. He wants to talk to you for a minute.
I'm gonna
go. If you're ready,
Michael, you gonna go, Michael?
Yeah, I gotta get to work, man. I'm absolutely gutted. It's good to see you guys, though. We'll see you Thursday.
See you soon, Michael.
See you later, Michael.
Take care.
I've been there, done that. What Michael's doing, going to work straight after an absolutely crap game. It's awful.
It was working while I was watching it.
And then Jamie and Sean will also get you on soon. We will.
Yeah. Sure.
Let's see what Gray's got to say then.
Yeah, Gray, let me add you in. There we go.
Oh my freaking God. And I've kept that clean. Jamie's used all the language that
I was going to say, I did tell Jamie as well, but guys, watershed.
Mate, I'm in Spain, so I'm ahead of you, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, what an absolute shower of shite. Sorry. It
was embarrassment, wasn't it, Gray? It was an utter embarrassment, wasn't it?
No passion, no fight. It's a derby game, and Rodgers just hasn't injected any urgency or fight or passion into the plays. The only one that looked half decent when he come on was KDH, but it was too late for him at 20.
You know what?
Why was he starting? Why wasn't he starting? He's the only player since Chelsea who's brought passion into the team. Why wasn't he starting?
I don't think you can blame the starting lineup, because I personally thought that was a pretty decent starting lineup.
No,
the names on that sheet. That was a decent team. The only thing I'm worried about, he gave the captain armband to Tillemans that doesn't want to be there, doesn't want to sign a new contract, and looks like he's going in the summer. Why is he giving him the armband? I don't understand that. Give him it to a player that wants to be there.
Indeed.
Tillemans didn't look like he wanted to be there. Stoyanku, he's my favourite player, but he didn't look like he wanted to be there. But like Gray says, waste of time. I can nearly keep swearing. It's
Hamza, being a Leicester born and bred, should have been on that pitch from the start.
Everyone's saying, well, why are you going to play all the young players? Because the young players know what it means to play an FA Cup final against your rival. Hamza, Kieran Driscoll knows what it's like to play in a cup against your rival, but none of the leg players do, because it's not Forest Leicester. They don't play it. They weren't born in Leicester. They don't know what it means to us.
I'd just like to know how people can defend that today and the last couple of weeks.
Well,
how can they defend that tonight?
We didn't have any defenders on the pitch, did we?
No, I'm talking about the actual game itself, not just the defenders.
I've been Brendan in for ages. You know this. I've been against Jamie all this time, but you can't defend that. You can't defend that.
No.
Even on Twitter just now, people are having a pop at me saying, "Oh, it's not them, it's the players' fault." Like it's saying, it's the manager that installs these tactics, and these tactics are not working. He says we need to overhaul and refresh the squad in the summer. I think it's going to start before then, pal. You know what? I want to be surprised if it starts before Thursday night. Sorry.
I actually felt sorry for Top in the ground.
He looked dismayed, didn't he?
Yeah.
He looked shot it.
I said it at half time with Jono, and Jono said it. If you'd gone and gave it a go, it wouldn't be so bad. But
if we'd gone out losing 4-1 and we played really well, but we were shocking, absolutely shocking. Yeah. We had nothing there.
Yeah,
absolutely. Forest wanted it all.
Yeah,
Forest put their bodies on the line and died for it. Yeah. And what did we do? We ran away from it. We didn't want it. Didn't actually want it. It was
tough. Always going to be a tough place to go to, the City Ground and that. But Jesus Christ! And I'm just going to say this: I didn't realise until they've just showed it after the game. But what an idiotic fan ran onto the pitch and started hitting the Forest player.
Yeah, well, they've been scrapping in town as well. The Leicester fans have been scrapping in town, haven't they, before the game?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Idiots.
Absolutely stupid. But right, on that
note, they're not Leicester fans. They just had to cause trouble.
No. On that note, I'm going to leave you. Thanks for letting me have a bit of a rant.
I'll see you next Sunday, Jamie.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry. I thought you were coming over here for a minute. I was going to say. I didn't. The last thing, that's just ruined me night completely knowing you're coming over, pal.
Oh, don't be like that.
All right, I'll see you later, guys.
Take care.
See you in a bit, man. We're going to bring Sean in for a few moments just before we all finish the stream up.
Go on, then drop me out. Let Sean have some
we can keep you in. We can keep you in.
And we'll add in our other Jamie and Sean together, I think. That way we'll
bring everyone. It's a party. Sean, what's your opinion on the performance?
They should put this bill on first, but it's so shocking, we might get top teams next more. They will pick Liverpool or Man City. I think we should lose this match because of the top teams. Because they're doing well, and well shame for for Tillemans, but he did really well. But I do think they should score that when Keenan try to what's it? They should score. What's wrong with them? We shouldn't win that, but it's so shocking.
Yeah, we didn't play well at all. I agree. Like we sometimes play well against the big clubs, but when it matters against our rivals or a smaller team, we don't perform. And I agree, we were absolutely shocking. So, Jamie, we know your opinion. As soon as you came on, you said you are Rodgers out. But were there any on like what's your opinion on the players? Like, do you think they were like obviously the manager picks the players and does the tactics, but do you think the players could have done better as well?
Yeah, no heart, completely. Soyuncu looked like he couldn't be bothered to be there. Tielemans looked like he just came on for a little kickabout. I think Rodgers doesn't give them anything, like no stimulation, no fight to say this is a derby. You've got to go out and win this. It's just like, yeah, do whatever you want, lads.
There's a comment here of Brendan Unsackable. This reminds me of Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. He did so much for Arsenal. And is it like are you sacking a sort of like Brendan has done much more? He's been a best manager since Ranieri, like winning the Premier League. But it comes to a point where can he offer more to this club? I'm at the point where it's been a year to this month where he's done nothing. He's done not much for this club. And
no one's unsackable.
And do you think his time's nearly? If we play in this for 3 more games, do you think that's it?
Everyone's irreplaceable. He needs to go.
The thing is, though, Michael put Top loves Brendan, but Top was at that game and he looked pissed. He was not happy. Like he saw how poor we were playing on the pitch. He saw the tactics. He saw the passion of the players. If I was Top, I'd be going down there saying, "I pay money for you. What did I put my own money into this club to buy you to our football club and you perform like that? What are you thinking? Why should Brendan play you next week? I'd be livid. I'd be absolutely livid. My dad paid 50 or 80 million pounds for that training facility for you to play like that. What are you thinking?
I watched where was it the other day? No, I was watching Spence earlier. Just literally run Luke Thomas ragged, and it literally just stood there, nothing, no heart, no nothing, and I was just like, a Nottingham Forest player, a Championship player, is outclassing you in every single aspect of the pitch.
They look good, and their young centre forwards.
Spence for me could be a big like young player going in the next few years. He can go any club in the Premier League.
They didn't even have Graben on the pitch, and he's their top goal scorer. Even when the guy on loan from Aston Villa hit the crossbar, I was just like, here we go again.
He didn't say that, surely. He could not have said that. I'm sorry. If he said that, I'm sorry. There's no hope.
If he said that, then I think that officially pushes me over the fence.
He can't say we showed character in that game. We did show character. We showed that we're bottlers. It shows we have no character. That was absolutely abysmal. Well, I think we'll start to wrap up the show. So cheers, Jamie and Grace.
Yeah.
We could talk this for hours, but we got to wrap up the show eventually. So cheers, Jamie and Grace, for coming on. We really appreciate it.
And number 2.
Wow. That's it. End of a horrific stream. Not a horrific stream, horrific game. We've played poorly. We've lost. Well, the FA Cup. The holders out of the FA Cup. Not even with passion. We lost because we're rubbish. But it's in the past now. We move on to next week. So cheers, Elijah, for joining me in this watch along, and we shall see you in the near future.
Thanks, Donna.
Cheers, Elijah. That's the end of the horrific performance. We're out of the FA Cup in the second game of the campaign to our rivals, Forest. They deserve every bit of celebration. We were absolutely shocking, but we move on. Will Brendan be able to keep his job? What will happen in the next few games? We don't know. We'll wait and see. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie & Co. Estate Agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.